It's Jessie May, it's Park. We knit and we knat and we chit and we chat and we knit and we knat and we chit and we chat and we knit and we knat and we chit and we chat and we knit and we knat and we chit and we chat and we knit and we knat and we chit and we chat.
Hello everyone! Welcome to episode 3, coming to you live from the castle in the sky.
It's Jessie May.
It's Park.
We knit.
We nat.
We chit.
We chat.
Welcome to our show.
Knit nat, chit chat. As we already said, we'll do a little bit more of our introductions. I am Park Williams of the knitwear design company Park and Knit. I'm wearing my Look at My Holes today by James N. Watts. The lipstick I'm wearing, actually, we can just combine this. Or no, let's both say what we're wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the lipstick I am wearing today, Sexy Sienna, Charlotte Tilbury. The lip liner, Subculture by Knat. Anything else I need? Oh, I am feeling good today. I am feeling, that's it.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, gooder than usual, one might say. We made some changes around here
That's true.
to help ourselves out. I'm Jessie May. I am of the knitwear company. Jessie May Designs.
Jessie May Designs LLC.
LLC by design. And I am wearing also the same lip. You may have noticed that we've been trying to kind of coordinate. I mean, we have been intentionally coordinating for those of you who have asked.
We love to match.
We do love to match.
What are you wearing, Jessie May?
Funny you should ask.
Look at our holes.
Look at our holes as friends.
Well, we're not
We're
wearing
not
our
wearing
as
as
friends.
friends, but
We are really talking at the same time in a twin-like manner.
in a
We love
Gemini,
it.
Gemini season is almost here.
It is. But
Blessings be.
blessings be, but let's not make Taurus season go too quickly. It will be too scary. Don't you think?
Yeah. Look at My Holes by James N. Watts, by the way. The famous. Who just celebrated a birthday. We'll
So
talk about
true.
that more later.
Taurus. A few housekeeping things at the top of the show. Number 1, you may have watched an ad coming into the live because we've been monetized. So there will be ads periodically throughout the show. We can't choose when they show up, but in the chat, if you want to tell us any funny ones that come up for you, we would love to know what they think our demographic wants to see.
And if anything gets, if the show is interrupted, you can always go back.
Yeah, I think even on the live watching, you can just go back a few seconds.
Yeah.
What else were we going to say? Oh, did you have something?
Do I have something?
Oh, mainly just technology-wise. If we've had some mic issues, so if anybody...
Specifically in the last episode, we were having an issue with my mic sounding tinny. We think that what happened... We think that we have the same mic, but we actually think the intake cord on mine, there's an issue with it. So it's a little bit loose. I've reached out to the manufacturer, and they have not gotten back to me. But we did do a sit-sat with the mic last time, and it didn't sound perfect, but it wasn't having the weird...
It was much better.
Yeah, robot voice effect. So
But we can see what you're chatting, so if you feel like there's something off with the mics, interrupt, tell us in the chat, spam the chat so that we actually see it, because sometimes we can't catch everything.
Yeah, and we apologize again for that issue, but I hopefully it doesn't happen again. We're going to try not to move anything around this time until we get it totally sorted. But we thought that others thought that the sit-sat went fine and that it didn't sound weird. But certainly let me know if it gets, I don't know.
Thank you all for being here. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the Knat Chit Chat. Please let us, yes, people are already in the chat asking what people are knitting while they are watching this. We would love you to say that. As many questions as you want to pose in the chat, the more, the merrier.
Yeah. I loved the sit sat when we could pay a lot of attention to the chat, and I'm already missing being able to look at it a lot. But.
On this Saturday, if you missed it, we just did a Knit Nat sit sat, which was kind of our casual, chill version of this, which is that we didn't have any real talking points that we wanted to hit or anything. And so we could really just focus on the chat, and it was really cute and really fun. And we'll probably do another one.
We probably will. I will say that, like, people we know personally, specifically my partner and Park's partner, and I think maybe also James, said that they actually liked the sit-sat more because it did feel much more natural. We didn't let ourselves get into a tizzy. We didn't really, like, it was much more casual, and I feel like we hadn't seen each other for a couple weeks, so it had, like, the fun, more natural energy where I think I don't feel as nervous as I did last time.
Yeah, but there still is a little production to this.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at the script, and it gets us a little nervous. Yeah, but let me tell you about what we did to prepare for this time. So the first 2 episodes, we wanted to be so prepared. So Park came to my house really early in the morning.
And because when I get, like, nervous, I kind of am like, well, what am I going to do with my day? I would rather, like, be with the person that's also nervous with me.
Yeah.
But
we both have kind of short social batteries, so we're losing steam by the time we were starting the show.
We were like, we've already hit our wall on Chit Chat.
And letting ourselves get really just nervous. And so today we waited actually until kind of the last minute, and I had a very normal day. And I feel great actually. Like, I feel really good.
We're prepped. And we're ready for
you. We're prepped. We're ready.
We have matching mermaid waves, if anyone noticed.
We do. I am a curly hair girly, for those of you who don't
know. You haven't done your curly
I don't think
hair
I've
yet.
worn my curly hair. I often just straighten it and will wear it for a week straight, but I do have curly hair. So here we are with it.
Well,
a blessing for you to see it. We're going into summer, so we want you to look at our holes. We want you to look at our
mermaid
beach hair.
Waves.
And we just want you to be in the mood.
Yeah. And speaking of, shall we begin?
If the mic went okay for that,
it's going to be a great day. Now to our orders of business. Hello, everybody. I see you all saying where you're tuning in from. We love that.
To see that. Hi, Texas.
Oh, someone making a ripple balaclava right now.
I love it. Hi, Texas. Hi, Oak Park. Hi, Chicago. Hi, North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. Who else do we have? Are we worldwide today? Do we have any worldwide listeners?
At our sit-sat,
we was worldwide.
Worldwide. Multiple countries. We couldn't believe it.
Yeah. So happy that you're all
here. It is
here.
Earlier in the morning, though, so probably easier for other time zones. That
is true. I'm excited for our next sit-sat. No offense. We love the knit.
You guys, we're so happy to be here.
We're so happy to be here. But I love... Oh, hi, Wisconsin. Hi, Baltimore. I loved just saying hi to every person.
Lewiston, Idaho. Hello.
Hi, Phoenix. Hi, Alberta. Hi, France. Hi, Oakland.
We're worldwide.
Worldwide.
La France.
France.
Okay, so let's talk about our orders of business for this Knit Nat Chit Chat. In the Knit Nat section, we will be talking about
cool summer patterns. Ours and those of others.
Cool summer patterns. We also will be hitting on some new to us Cocoknits products. So Jessie taught me this phrase, which I couldn't believe I hadn't heard before, but it made me guffaw. I was laughing so hard. Spawn con. Really made me laugh.
Well, it's something called sponsored content, aka SpawnCon, Spawny Connie.
So we'll be talking about some of our new to us Cocoknits products that we've already gotten.
How we've been using them already. How we've been packing them, that kind of thing. Regular talk, what we're knitting, what we're going to be knitting, releases.
Yep.
That kind of thing. And any other, some knitting things we've been up to. Some
throughout.
Some surprises.
We also will announce our giveaway winner. at the end
Really
of the
excited
Knit
about
Knat
that.
section.
I will say that the giveaway winner has already made an appearance in the chat.
Yeah,
So.
true. That's good. We're like getting the suspense building. We have
are.
already seen the name of the giveaway winner in the chat. So
exciting. And in the Chit Chat section, so
Yes.
same orders of business, Knit Chit Chat, we'll be talking about some recent travel, beauty products, sunscreen. We've been getting a lot of questions about what we're wearing and what is happening with our skin. So,
which we'll talk about.
which
but
we will talk about.
There is a big ring light behind the camera.
We have two ring lights, so that's probably
So
helping.
we are trying for optimal beauty.
Always on the
all
in the
times.
in the Knit Nat Chit Chat at least. In
Yes.
the Sit Sat, not so much.
No.
And then touching back on kind of what we've been watching and just what we've been up to.
I have a
Classic.
big
There's a big update.
Love and basketball update, okay, for those of you who liked the March Madness women's basketball storyline. I'm going to update you all in the Chit Chat
I can't
section.
wait to hear about it.
True.
I haven't been following it. I'm bad, but I can't wait to find out about it. I'm very invested. But I like getting my updates from Park.
Yeah, it's more fun to hear it from a friend. Okay, I see. Ooh, somebody has bought their Cocoknits accessory roll. We love that.
I love it. That's your favorite thing.
That is my favorite thing.
Um,
Okay,
so
chat.
much look at my holes love. We
As
love
it
to see
should be, and we will continue to talk about our Look at My Holes in our Knit Nat section.
We will.
Although, where is James N. Watts in the chat?
James
Probably
James
playing
is-
music.
James has a music date
Yeah,
tonight.
But we said put it on in the background.
James
maybe-
is meeting up with two other musicians to do whatever it is musicians do together, make
Music?
whatever it is they make. And we were joking that the musicians show up and James should say, "Hey, do you mind if we just have this on?"
Do you mind if we just have Knit
Well,
Nat
there's
Chit
like
Chat on in the
piano.
background?
Just
can
something to
pretend.
think about. Yeah.
Yeah. Shall we dive in
I think we should.
to the Knit Nat portion?
I think we're ready.
I think we're ready as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Knit Nat.
Knit Nat.
Okay, Jessie May, what have you been up to in the Knit Nat realm of things?
In the Knit Nat realm of things, I did a little trip to Des Moines recently for our friend James's birthday, and we went to the Des Moines Fiber Festival.
You stumbled upon it, right?
We stumbled upon the Des Moines Fiber Festival.
Fun.
We were only there for 2 days. James was there playing in a concert, actually. It's the music of Final Fantasy. The Des Moines Symphony, or is it the Des Moines Orchestra? I don't know what the official name of the Des Moines music.
Our apologies.
Our
to the Des
apologies
Moines.
to Des Moines is, but we
Des
were there
Moines
only for
Symphony.
2 days, and I got a text from James on that Friday night, and he said something that he saw on Facebook.
Of course.
There was just an announcement, or not an announcement, a post that it was Des Moines Fiber Festival week. Des Moines Fiber Festival weekend.
Fun.
And so we spent a couple hours on Saturday there, and it was so cute. It was like just two little gymnasiums in, I don't know, I think it was like on the college, or like maybe on the college campus, but and I think it was put on by the Des Moines Weavers Guild. But it was such a cute fiber festival. It was very much the vibe of like more, you know, it was a more sheepy type festival. Or a more fiber focused festival, not like a, I don't know
Vending
how,
booth?
not a vend. Well, there were
Oh.
vending booths, yes, but what the booths were vending was
Oh, yeah.
a nice mix of like different fibers, right, and like sort of farm to table fibers,
Nice.
farm to festival fibers,
That's great.
rather than a lot of, you know, hand-dyed superwash or what you see at a lot of yarn festivals, which I love. There was like just so many cool vendors and, you know, local artists, and there was a spinning demonstration set up. Like somebody had like a Navajo spindle, and it was just really cool. I
love a fiber fest.
we love that type of
So
fiber fest,
fun.
especially. It was small, it was manageable. We saw a couple of people maybe one person wearing one of James's designs. It was really nice. We saw partition pullover in the flesh.
That is one of the designs that when you see it, you go, oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
And then you remember, oh, I know the designer.
Yeah. It was really lovely. And what did I get? I have a haul.
Yeah, we love a haul. Wait till you see this skein of yarn first of all.
Yeah, I don't like to buy a lot of stuff. No offense. So all of my hauls will be very small.
Yeah,
but
manageable.
My haul was two things. And the first thing was this really, really pretty
Look at how
skein
pretty this is.
of sock yarn. Oh, look at all the colors. Show the bottom. Show the little rump. Yeah.
Rump. That is so
Toe to tail.
pretty.
So many beautiful colors. And I just want to knit, like, I think this would be so cute for a pair of gift socks. I love to knit socks and give them away as gifts. And the dyer's name is Shelby Strings Yarn Co. Let's see, based out of Iowa.
Nice.
Hand dyed. This color is called Hoku, and this is their zebra sock base. They have a series of bases called Zebra, and so they have this in a skein that's dyed without this like black strand that is spun in, but the black strand gives it like a little bit of a zebra stripe in some of the pieces. So it's gorgeous. And
it's really soft.
It's really soft, and I can't wait to work with it and see how it knits up. I'm like so excited to see. There's so many different colors, and it's just beautiful. So Shelby Strings Yarn Co. Sock yarn. The other thing I got was a bat of yarn from unfortunately I don't remember the name of the vendor, but they specialize in Hanui, which is I think a New Zealand breed. It's a recent cross that I think is new to the commercial yarn type world.
I have not heard of it.
Within the last 20 years. And I think it's a cross between Romney and Merino, I want to say. It's so soft.
I felt it when I was at James's, and I gasped. It was like, it felt like, I can't even describe it. It was so
Literally,
soft.
no, you touch it and you go,
You're like, that's so beautiful.
Yeah. So we were at the little vending booth, and James was just touching everything and really wanted it, but it was, it was kind of pricey, I would say. And so he got a bat, I guess, for himself to work on. And then I was like, well, I'll get a bat, like, for you as a gift. And he's like, well, I'll spin it for you, like, if you want to get it. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I can knit, like, a really cute pair of, like, I don't know, fall socks or...
The softest socks you'll ever knit.
Yeah, something. But I can't wait to show it to you. I wish I had it here. I chose the color. These were all undyed colors, I think, and so it's just colors like, that come naturally from the
like
sheet.
A beautiful gray.
Yeah, a really silvery gray with like kind of multi-tonal, and yeah. I can't wait to see it and see how it knits up.
I can't wait to see how the yarn feels.
Yeah, but shout out to Des Moines Fiberfest, specifically Judy of the Weaving Guild. She was doing the Navajo spinning demonstration and was just so sweet and cool. And she was also an usher at the
she was very serendipitous.
Yeah, at the concert. And the concert was also beautiful.
Good job, James.
Great job, James, all around. A cute little road trip. It was James's birthday weekend, so Park wasn't here, but so James and I went together, and it was great. Loved it. That's what I've been up to.
I wasn't there because I was back in Idaho. I talked about it last show, but I went back to visit family. My sister had a baby. I'll talk about that more in the Chit Chat section. But yarn related, very fun. First, I visited a new to me yarn shop. I think, if I remember correctly, they maybe opened like 2 years ago. No, maybe longer. I'm not going to say a date because I don't remember. But it's in Boise, and it's called I Yarn For You.
That's such a cute
name.
Cute.
It was very funny and sweet because I went with my grandma, and I did not check their hours of operation, and we'd get there and they were closed, and I did the very embarrassing thing of peek in the window like this to see what was in the shop. And we were like, okay, we'll come back tomorrow. When I peeked, they were in there. So the owner runs out and she's like, hi, did you want to come in? And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. No, it's okay. We'll come back tomorrow. And she's like, no. She was so sweet. She's like, you can come in. And I was like, oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Were you in a disguise?
No, I was not in a disguise. I was not in a disguise.
Just something to think about.
Just something for you to think about. Imagine not being in a disguise.
I do think about it. I went to the yarn festival in my disguise.
Of course.
Indoor yarn festival, outdoor sunglasses. That's me.
Well, it wouldn't have worked because, of course, my grandma, being proud of me, immediately said, you need to know about my granddaughter. And she pulls up my patterns, and it was very fun. The shop was awesome. It had a lot of Noro yarn, which I love. And then a fun little serendipitous moment too, which was I saw Trilogy yarns on their wall, and I was like, that looks really familiar. Where do I know that brand from? And they decided that the owner had just purchased Trilogy yarns from Spokane, if I'm getting this right, and so now it's in Boise. But I was like, I feel like I've seen that before in Chicago. And she said, oh, we're just actually packing up a huge order to go to a Chicago yarn shop. And I said, do you know which one it is? And then she couldn't remember, but then she asked, and they said, sure enough, it was Sister Arts. And I was like, well, I used to work there, and that's how I know your yarn already.
That's sweet.
Very cute.
I love that. How serendipitous.
So go to a Yarn for You in Boise, Idaho, if you are around there.
But don't arrive late.
But don't go on Tuesday, which is when I went, and they were closed, and make them have to open for you in a very embarrassing way. However, they were very sweet about it.
I can't believe they opened just for you.
They shouldn't have. Another fun thing was my grandma invited me to her knitting club, which just happened to be, I think they do it once a month, just happened to be the Wednesday that I was there, which was so cute.
I didn't know about this.
The knitting club is called The Pearls.
Oh,
Get it? Okay. And
that's so cute.
for a double pun, they also started out by all of them wearing pearls to the Pearls meetup.
Pearly girlies.
It's so cute. I think my grandma said they've been meeting for like over 20 years now.
What?
If I remember correctly. And they switch off every month, meeting at someone else's house. So one person hosts it. It was so fun.
Whose house was it at?
It was at Lindy's house in, I think it was like in a really cute part of Boise, the North End. And so it was fun to be in her little house. And she gave us a delicious cake. And everyone was just knitting on their projects. One was teaching the other to crochet right then.
So sweet.
What else? Amazing, like color work mittens were being knit. Someone was needle pointing, which was very fun. I was helping my grandma on a little knit cardigan for the baby that she needed to rip out a little bit. Sorry, Grandma. It's what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so fun and so cute. And I was like, I need to be going to more knitting groups.
Should we start one?
We should start one, or we should just go to one.
It's true.
There's a lot. There's actually one at the local library by me.
Oh, interesting.
I want to check it out.
We've talked about potentially doing like a knit in the park.
Yeah.
In
knit
the summer.
at the beach.
Knit at the beach.
Summer.
In Chicago, live.
Mermaid meetup.
Knitting, if anybody
That would be
is
really
ever
fun.
interested. Maybe we've talked about it. We don't know if we're actually going to do it, but
Yeah.
I think it would be cute, and it would be a good way
very
to
cute.
meet.
All of us together. Picture this. Oh, and one last big thing in my knitting update, what I've been up to.
Maybe the biggest thing.
Maybe the biggest thing. I taught my nieces how to knit.
How old are they? Tell them.
Finley is 7 and Larkin is 4.
So little and cute.
Finley
That's so
just
little
turned
to
7
knit.
too, and she picked it up really quickly. Larkin also did amazing. Usually, a little echoey again. Why?
I am so sorry. Maybe I was too close to the mic.
I don't think it's ever your fault. Should we try a different setting? Or should we unplug and replug?
How is this? Is this okay? Or is it still bad? Maybe I should keep talking. How is it sounding?
We have to figure this out.
We do have to figure it out. I'm just going to probably get a new mic.
Getting a new mic.
Yeah.
Still a little. Let's unplug and replug.
Here, okay, hold on. How do you think it would sound if we both use the same mic between us?
I think it's actually better when you are both close. Yeah, maybe we're echoing off of each other's mic. Oh, this is still echoing now? Oh, it's happening to me too.
Is the mic?
Oh, it sounds like it's tinny a bit. Sounds like they pick each other up sometimes.
I don't have mine plugged in right now.
Oh. Okay, let's just try to keep it kind of close to us. Oh, everyone's saying I'm okay. 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 Okay, you should be back on.
Okay, how is this, everybody? Were you saying, with one mic it's
say
good,
it's
they
with
said.
one mic it's good.
I think that maybe we should have one mic between us.
Oh my god, I feel like I just feel like this is now my emotional support microphone, but
For some reason, Park really doesn't want to share the mic with me, and it's making
that's
me
not
uncomfortable.
true. Okay, let's see.
I actually think we should
Okay,
try.
I think they're delayed in the chat, so they're probably right now answering. Okay, if it happens again, go to one mic.
Okay. They can
Okay.
hear us on one is the thing.
Okay.
It's the reverb. Share the mic. Okay. I'm taking direction from our directors, you all, and we're
gonna-
retiring my mic.
Goodbye, mic.
Bye bye mic.
2 friends, 1 mic.
2 girls, 1 mic.
Okay.
Maybe a little further in front of us. How is that? I think it looks cute.
Then
also,
people get
we can-
our full outfits on
No, but then we
display.
get to be closer to each other like we like to be. Maybe we do the whole show like this. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Babe,
Okay.
let's share. Let's do
Let's
sharesies.
hope that these chats are about the one mic.
Yes.
I think it is because the chat is rolling in telling us it sounds good.
Okay, perfect. Let's
Okay.
do this. Thank
Where
you.
were we?
Thank you for your
Thank you
patience with
all.
that. I'm glad we
Thank
addressed it at the beginning.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
That is what
we
we
were
want.
talking about Larkin and Finley.
Oh yeah, learning to knit. So my nieces are so darling.
They're so cute.
were already so good at crafting, and I had told Laura, their mom, long ago, I was like, because she also knits, I was like, if you would care, could I maybe teach them to knit when they get older? And she was like, of course. And I got the text like probably a month before our ocean trip, and they were like, Laura was like, okay, the girls are asking, because they just got into weaving at their school, so the girls are asking, maybe want to learn to knit. And I was like, the day has finally come, thank you. So I sent them, we used Malabrigo worsted yarn, and I sent them all the colors they could choose. They picked out their colors, and then we just knit a little square and we turned them into little bunnies, which I learned at Sister Art Studio. We would teach at the after school program, and it was so fun.
Do you have any photos of the bunnies?
Yeah,
Why didn't you share them with me?
you're right, I will.
Can you show
Sorry.
them? Do you mind if we show you something on Park's phone?
Let's see.
I wish that we had included this, but I really want to see them.
True, it's so cute.
While you look, I have a question.
Please.
Did Larkin carry her yarn in her little purse that she had at the beach?
True. No, she didn't, because
Larkin, if you're out there, I love your purse.
Larkin did not carry it in there because the bag was full of sandy, beautiful treasure shells.
Understood.
Okay, let me just show you first this,
So cute.
which is so cute. Just little 4-year-old hands
Oh, baby.
knitting. Is that so cute or what?
I I love that. That's so sweet.
Where are the bunnies? I know that Laura took one of us with the bunnies. I don't know where it went.
Please show the bunnies on the phone.
Okay.
Is what they're saying.
Okay, let me find it.
The people are asking for it. Oh, somebody said happy core memory forming. That's
yes,
so
that I hope is true because I remember when I learned to knit.
Is there a way we can show it without showing the children?
Yeah. That is the first bunny. So cute.
Oh, I want to make
So
one.
it was so fun because you just knit a square and they were like, how is this going to be a bunny? And I was like, trust. You have to just trust. And it's like, I don't know that this is going to be a bunny.
Oh,
and then
cute.
I
Show
got my
that
stuffing
one.
out and I started to sew it up. Is that good?
Yeah.
And there's that bunny.
Oh, that's so cute.
And then they gasped when the head and ears appeared.
The same way I just gasped. I've never heard of this. Let me see that. Oh, it's so sweet. It's so sweet. They're so cute.
I
I
my
love
nieces.
that. I love your nieces.
Yeah, that was very, very special. That's what I've been up to.
That is beautiful, babe.
Mm-hmm.
That's so sweet. I love it. I also like leaning in this way. It honestly feels much more natural to me than having a mic in front of me.
Someone says, my son wants to learn to crochet. He's 6. So I learned when I was 8, and I think 7 is kind of the ideal unless like they're just like really wanting to, then just kind of start them. That's what I did with Larkin, who's 4. They have the hand-eye coordination and everything. It's just kind of like it would be kind of one stitch and then wanting to do something else, or one stitch and being like, okay. So that's the only real reason why 7 is kind of the sweet spot, is because the attention span is like, I'm going to sit and I'm going to knit. But 6 would work for sure too.
An ambitious 6-year-old? Certainly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who taught you, Park? Annette Park is asking, who taught you?
Well, I learned to knit at age 8 by Linda at Keep Me in Stitches in McCall, Idaho. I might have talked about this before, maybe not. But my mom signed us up, signed me, my siblings, and my cousins up for knitting lessons at age 8. And it was the best. Linda she's so kooky and eccentric and the perfect type of teacher, because we would have so many holes in our square and she'd be like, oh, it's just a buttonhole, or that kind of stuff, where it's like, there's no mistakes. It's just like, let's keep going. My cousin Ashley she was 6 probably, and hers started out with 10 stitches and it ended with 99. It was like a full bikini bottom. It was so funny. Mine is really cute. It's kind of like wonky like this.
Do you
with
still
holes.
have it?
Yeah, I have it framed.
That is so sweet.
Yep.
If I were to have my first thing that I ever knitted.
Yeah, it was perfect.
No, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say it would have been only framed since 2017 or 2016 or whenever I learned to knit.
And you taught yourself.
I did teach myself, but all credit to the YouTube videos. In all honesty, I learned from one YouTube video, and that YouTube video, I guess that first was literally a video of just how to knit and how to purl. Yeah. And you gotta know how to knit and you gotta know how to purl. And once you have that, I just knit a square, or I knit maybe a scarf in mohair. Learning to knit and purl. I don't know. I feel like it helped me.
You started it in mohair?
I did. I was like, I might as well start something that can be a scarf later.
Like,
I do have
2 strands held together?
No,
or
one
just
strand
of tiny mohair.
I feel like it helped me understand the structure better.
That is so Jessie May coded. I'm gonna learn with this tiny fluffy mohair that is notoriously tricky to work with.
It's just that you can see exactly what's happening, I guess.
That's amazing.
At the same time, the knit and purl sides look almost exactly the same, but I feel like you just have to look more closely that way to like learn what's happening. Anyway,
very fun.
I didn't learn to knit from a person. I learned to knit from a video on YouTube, and then numerous other videos on YouTube if I needed, to learn a technique or whatever.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was all YouTube learning or self-guided learning. Yeah.
Which is good. I still am self-guided YouTube learning.
I'm self-guided YouTube learning all sorts of things. I mean, the
Yes.
resources are available, so
Definitely.
use them. There's so much to learn.
Someone's
in the
asking
world.
how old you were when you learned.
How old was I in 2015 or 2016? 2017. Let me do the math. I was 34.
See? Never too late, everybody.
It's never too late.
What is on our needles now? I still have the same thing that I showed last time. I don't have it with me right now, but I have my like garter stitch top that I'm working on, and I didn't get very much done while I was gone. Despite the afternoon that I went with my grandma, I actually knit that whole time, but otherwise I wasn't knitting very much. Oops.
If you want to know more about it, she talked about it on the Sit Sat on Saturday.
And showed it and was knitting it.
And was knitting it.
That was good.
True. Yeah.
I have bound off the body and
Ooh.
picked up the sleeve.
Back to Chicago and back to work.
Back to girl boss.
Truly, back to girl bossing.
The Sit Sat helped. I was like, let me get a ton done, and I was like, I need to be working on this. So.
The Sit Sat was really, I will say that the Chit Chats and the Sit Sats have been very helpful in the way of just our like routine.
Not in your productive of knitting.
Not in my productivity.
Because you did not knit at all in the Sit Sat.
I know, but in general, like in the way of organizing my thoughts and making sure that I have, stuff done in time and done on time, and just like memorializing the passing of time or like understanding how quickly time is moving. It's really been helpful in the way of like organizing my thoughts. And
Maddie in the chat says that also learned to knit when I was 34.
Twins.
Good
Gemini
job, Maddie.
season soon. Love to see it.
Oh yeah, what is on your needles?
What is on my needles? She's gonna skip me. She doesn't want to
No,
share
I
my.
wasn't gonna skip
Then she
you.
doesn't want to hear what I'm knitting.
That is not true.
Okay, so I cast on another pair of denim dip in
Sexy V-neck for
a sexy nude V-neck for my sexy nude toes. It's so pretty in this little like kind of peachy neutral speckled yarn. So I did that, and then I also I talked about starting this on the Sit Sat, but I cast on for a new mesh summer sweater. Lace, it's wrong side, baby. Yeah. It is lace. It is very simple and basic lace that I just made while I was messing around trying to figure out something, and I was like, that is so pretty. It looks like brioche to me.
Yeah, it looks a little brioche.
It looks
and
a little brioche
crochet.
and a little crochet-y. So
Pretty.
we're gonna have a new oversized sweater. I'm still debating on the final finishing because I might want to put like little flared sleeves and a little flared hem on the body, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm knitting
You're cruising.
I am cruising. I've only probably worked a couple hours on this, but I'm knitting it in my size. So that's going to be a 62-inch
Pretty color on
FO.
you too.
I love this color. It's like French
pretty.
blue. Ritualized Undine Prairie Flax. Undine DK Prairie Flax. So that's what's on my needles.
Love it.
Yeah. That will hopefully be done. I'm going to Washington this week, and then I'm hoping that it will be done by the time I get back, and then I can launch the test. So maybe a July release for that.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Keep your eyes peeled, everyone.
Speaking of releases, I released my crumpet cardigan.
Let me play a trumpet for the crumpet.
A trumpet for the crumpet. I bet the mic loves that. This is my crumpet cardigan. I think it turned out so cute.
Oh, it's so soft. This yarn is so pretty.
And it's so pretty when I hold it up with the backlit.
It is gorgeous. Look at that.
Love it. And here is the secret surprise, which is not a secret.
It's a sexy secret surprise.
If you've seen. But this goes with the crumpet camisole. Here it is as the set.
Sexy, sexy, sexy.
It's so cute. I feel truly when I wear it like a 90s soccer mom in her matching set. You know how it always was like a tank top and a sweater with some jeans?
I thought you were going to say, I feel like a 90-year-old mom, which also is true.
So true,
and
also.
so
It's
beautiful.
For all
it's so
ages,
elegant.
All people. Mom, 90-year-old
Timeless.
mom, timeless.
I love it.
Love it too.
The yarn, Wandering Flock
yes.
Cotton Lino, it is so beautiful and soft. Oh,
Whoever is the giveaway winner, you're going to get your
Giveaway
hands
winner,
on 4 skeins
you
of
are
this.
in for a treat.
No, it was very fun to release that. It was very well received, which I thought was so nice. And
You know what I love? A pattern that is well received that people buy.
so nice.
So nice when I write a pattern and people buy it, and when you write a pattern and people buy it. Thank you.
Thank you,
buyers of
everyone.
patterns.
Also, I didn't talk about this on the Instagram, but I probably should have. I got to pick out the buttons at Sutosh, which is a button and ribbon store in Chicago.
It's like a fancy Notions
It
store.
feels so rare to be like, we truly have a button and ribbon store.
Yeah.
And so the whole wall is just full of buttons. It was so fun.
I love that. I'm jealous that you got to go for pleasure.
For pleasure. Well, for business and pleasure.
For business and pleasure.
Yes.
Sutosh is right next to Knit One, right?
Yes.
Did you go to Knit One?
No. Sorry.
Rude.
I will. Oh, and then my other new design is a surprise, kind of. If you pay enough attention to my Instagram, you probably already saw it.
Which you should.
It's for my birthday, which is at the end of the month, so there will be a fun new pattern coming out May 30th. Mark your calendars with a big fatty sale.
Can't wait. I have a release that week too. I don't have it sitting here, but I've already talked about it.
As a birthday present
Sunday
to me?
Swirl, yeah.
Thank
As
you.
a birthday present to Park. I'm releasing a pattern before she is.
Nice.
That's all that I have in the way of releases. I don't have another release. I did.
That
you know
was
what?
the for those of you wondering, that was the like beige tank top that Jessie
The
shared
lace tank top.
last
yeah.
episode, maybe.
Last episode, I think.
So cute.
I actually, let me tell you about my secret shame. I have designed a tank top in between then and now. I just didn't like how it turned out, so I'm not going to be showing it, and I'm not going to be releasing it as a pattern. It's sad because it's already written, but I think that with some modifications and
think so,
it
too.
maybe in a different yarn, I can use it next year, or even later this year. Probably it might be too late for summer. But yeah, sometimes you write a design and then you get to the end and then you have Park put it on and you say, oh, this is ugly. I don't like it. That's what happens. I spent a lot of time working on it and it's ugly and I can't be giving y'all ugly patterns. No offense to
I
myself.
think it is definitely salvageable with some mods. So
Yeah, I was unhappy with the shaping of the neckline. I was just unhappy with the design. But I won't be showing it.
Carrie is asking, how many patterns do both of us tend to put out each year?
I would say that in the course of the last few years, it depends. Anywhere from 6 to 12.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to say probably like 8. It's always kind of like, ooh, can I get one a month? And then it's like, uh-oh. Sometimes I can get more than that, but more so I can usually just get less than that. It's just, yeah, I don't know.
It depends. There were years when I was releasing 2 patterns at a time frequently because it would be a set. And I think in those years I was releasing closer to 12. And I may have even been close to 12, in the last year, but it was a couple of the patterns were sock or accessory patterns.
Yeah,
I know there are
accessories.
pattern designers who are releasing patterns like constantly, including accessories, but I'm
How do
including
they do
garments and
that?
accessories. I don't know. It's
Maybe they have more of a team. I don't know.
that's true. Or just like more of a system in place to do it.
More system, maybe more backlog.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
really
know.
bad at like having things in the pipeline. If I design something, I just release it.
Yeah.
There are months where I don't really like to release patterns, if I'm being totally honest. I don't tend to release garments in November or December. Just historically, they haven't sold well for me in those months. I think that people are busy with gift knitting and not interested in buying patterns in those months for me. And that's what I have felt. So if you see me not releasing garment patterns in those months, that's why.
That's why.
But I have been releasing socks and accessories and stuff, and people do seem to respond to that
that's
better.
good because people love to knit that as a gift too.
Yeah, so 6 to 12, I would say. It depends, though.
Yeah.
I was looking the other day at my entire library, and I have 60 patterns.
Nice.
So that's since
I
2018.
hit 50 a couple patterns ago, so I'm probably at 52.
Yeah. So if since 2018
Good for us.
we have
Look at
60
that.
patterns, that's 7 years,
Yeah, do
60
that
patterns.
math.
It's like a little less than 10 patterns a year.
For you.
And
yeah,
for a
much
few of
less.
those years, I was not doing this full time. I do it full time now, but I was working in a law firm and had a full time job, doing a 9 to 5. So I wasn't releasing 10 patterns a year in those years.
Okay. We're to our very exciting segment called Cool Summer Patterns.
Cool with 6
Picture
O's.
us with sunglasses on.
Cool summer.
Cool summer
patterns.
patterns. So, dude. It's ready to be cool. Let's, at the same time, say what our favorite summer pattern is.
Okay, should we say it on 3?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Look at my holes.
By James and
By
Watts.
James and Watts. Let me talk about a little lore regarding the name of this pattern. Well, James and I actually released this as a collaboration. I released a pattern called As Friends that was worn underneath this in the release week, or during the release week. We released it at the same time. And so we had the Look at My Holes As Friends set. The name Look at My Holes originally came from COVID. Do you remember this?
No.
It came from COVID Zooming, because Park and I were not being in real life friends during
No,
COVID
it was
until
COVID.
whenever it was okay to hang out, which so like 9 months later or whatever. But I was frequently working with cotton yarns, and specifically I want to say
I remember.
I think it was like cattail silk or something. I'm a pull from the middle girly when I'm working with yarns usually. And just the structure of this yarn as you were working with it was creating a bigger and bigger hole in the
Perfectly
middle
structured.
of my yarn ball. And I'm just the type of person who likes to look at something and say, hey, everybody, look at my hole. And I put it right up to the camera.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure the first time that James
you
heard that,
probably
he was
then
like,
said-
that's disgusting. I never want to do that again.
And you actually probably immediately also said as friends.
It's so
platonically.
true. I love to specify. But I think that initially James was disgusted, and then he became more and more open to the idea of looking at my holes as friends. And here we are today.
Here we are.
I want to say this is maybe James's most popular pattern. It is a raglan. It is extremely elegantly written. I've knit this pattern at least 3 times because I have this one. I have this black one that is so sexy. This is like in a 100%
look how
silk.
pretty in the
Look
background.
at how pretty it is with the city.
Love. Pretty in the city.
The initial one that I knit, I lost in an Airbnb in Florida very shortly after I knit it. On a trip with James, though. And then, so I knit another one, and then
It goes
I knit
very
this one.
fast.
It goes very quickly, and it's so elegantly written. The ease of knitting it, for it being like, this is also a James and Watts original lace stitch. I don't know.
Let's show our photos.
Even if you're new to lace, I would say it is
Here are
worth a try.
the photos of James wearing 2 different versions of the Look at My Holes. The blue one is the original one. The beige one now, I think the pattern has some neck shaping now in it. I don't find the original to be, I like how it fits.
I love the
but
original. I don't feel like it needs neck shaping.
There is some neck shaping now added. It is so cute, so fun. Wear it to the beach, wear it to dinner. We wear it all the time.
We wear it all the time, yeah.
What ours are both knit out of the same fiber, I think. Are they? And unfortunately, I think it's discontinued. Isn't it the Pearl Soho?
Oh, so this
silk?
is Pearl Soho pure silk, and my black one was also pure silk. Is that on the screen right now?
No.
Oh, okay. This is Kelburn Woolens.
Oh yeah. Mojave.
Mojave.
Nice.
And I think that is Mojave also. I think that the light
James's
blue is
original
Mojave.
blue.
I will say I love the drape of my silk, but
Gorgeous.
I'm a silk girly. I love to wear silk.
Berkeley Girl is asking how difficult is it to knit?
I would
I
say
don't
it's
find
probably a beginner to intermediate
Yeah.
lace knitting pattern. But if you,
I think there's even a tutorial.
there are videos. If you know how to knit, you can figure it out.
It looks very intricate, and it's the type of thing where you get a lot of bang for your buck in that regard. Like, you'd think it would be very difficult to knit, but you start to memorize the lace, which is really just like yarn overs.
Yep.
And it's worth it. It's fun. If you feel like an ambitious beginner to lace, even if you're just a beginner lace, it's a good one to start lace knitting on, I think.
I agree. It's written really clearly and elegantly.
And also, just some insider info for you. If you like the look of these holes, keep your eyes peeled in the next couple of weeks, because there may be another version hitting the shelves.
Something to think about. Let's see. It's one of my favorite. Vanessa is saying it's one of my favorites to wear when I'm vending at markets because I sell lingerie, so it shows it off nicely.
Perfect.
And that is something that I love to hear, because think of wearing a holey meshy sweater as an opportunity to show off your sexy lingerie.
Yeah.
Don't think of it as like, what bra can I wear under this that won't show up?
Right.
It's meant to show everything. Okay?
You have to.
And you have to, and you should.
And
It's beautiful.
if you feel more modest, it's also cute over a little tank top
It
or
is.
something.
It is.
Don't let that stop you from knitting some holes. Okay, the next pattern that we wanted to share is the Kiss Me More top by Shauna K. Salmon. Let me transition to it. I bought this pattern last year, I want to say, and I have yet to knit it, which is so bad on my part. But I just think it's so sexy,
It's so gorgeous,
cute,
so cool.
and the back, the lace-up corset detail is so fun. I hope you can see that nice, because it's in my library and I really need to knit it.
Yeah, I love that. That is gorgeous.
I want to wear it to date nights. I want to wear it out. I just love finding knitwear that is sexy and fun.
That is sexy, fun, cool,
And
original,
we could
not
say
beige.
Cool summer
Cool
patterns.
summer pattern. We love a sexy moment here.
Yes.
We are constantly aiming for them, and so I love to see just a fun pattern.
Agreed. This is again called the Kiss Me More top. Okay, look it up on
By
Ravelry. Shauna
K.
Salmon.
It's SHANAKAY.
Ooh, let me type it in the chat.
Good idea, babe. That's so smart.
Let me put the whole thing.
Who doesn't want to be kissed more in a
True.
top? I do. That's for sure.
That's for sure. All right. Let's just transition right on into the next one.
Yeah.
Look at me, Leo.
Look at them, Leo.
This is the look. Nice, Jessie. That was me. Don't attribute the bad whistle to me. That was
Ooh.
Jessie.
Good
Okay.
job, Jessie.
This is the Look at Me Leo top by none other Holly of the Disco Stitch.
Well, let's give Holly the flowers that she
Let's
deserves.
talk about Holly.
is constantly designing original, fun, sexy, cool
Emphasis on the cool.
patterns that I think aren't knit widely enough. nor
you know,
given
yeah.
enough credit.
And also, look at these cute photos. Holly and her best friend Amy modeling Look at Me Leo top. This is part of Holly's like astrology zodiac collection. So there's a really cute one for Cancer. There's a really cute Gemini top as well.
Capricorn, also cute. Gorgeous.
Yes.
Stunning.
Love it.
Be huge
Perfect.
brain, galaxy brained Holly.
Oh yeah,
by
we
the
were
way.
gonna say that this is truly a girly in STEM, so you know the pattern is going to be perfect. Okay.
Holly is a professor of statistics,
Yes.
by the way, if you didn't know. So
Okay. Next one that we wanted to show is called The City.
by Tori Knits NYC, Tori U.
Yes.
Oh,
Available in a dress.
so pretty. Look at how pretty that fit is,
I know.
and
a tank top.
the dress version is gorgeous. All of Tori's patterns are so elegant and lovely.
Yeah, this is a fun, like, cool summer pattern. Come on, wearing a full knit dress is ultimate flex. And then the fact that it also comes as just a cute, minimal tank top.
Little tank top is gorgeous. Yeah,
We love that. So let me write that one too.
she is so pretty.
Actually, all of these are going to be in our show notes anyway.
Yeah,
When the show is on.
I love her photos. They're so like naturalistic
Yes.
looking and like
And
cool.
City vibe.
City
for
vibe.
The city.
Yeah.
Okay. You may have seen this one.
Now we're moving into our own patterns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you know what? We do have some cool summer
we do
patterns.
have some cool summer patterns.
Wait, let me transition back to the camera really quick. Just to say, we are now transitioning, yes, into our patterns, but also I need to give someone her flowers, and that is Jessie May, maker of some of the coolest summer patterns. Also, I was remembering your first ever design was a summer pattern.
It was.
Most of them actually were, like your first three.
I would say so, yes.
So
I was
that's
writing
rare.
summer patterns in 2018. Everybody's writing summer patterns now. Not that no summer patterns existed, but
Right.
I think I was
Didn't
exclusively
start writing summer patterns,
writing
but
summer
you
patterns.
didn't not start them.
It's true. I didn't create summer patterns, but most of my first patterns were summer patterns. And I think at the time there weren't very many other summer patterns.
Yeah. And things like ripple bralette fame, like bralettes, that was so cool to see. That blew my mind when I first saw the bralettes. Like, how are you getting the yarn to do this? Nobody was thinking of that. It's just so fun. So let's show you some of Jessie's awesome summer patterns. Okay. Also,
I picked 3, I think, patterns that I wanted to share. Just
4.
Oh, I picked 4?
yeah, as
Really?
they should.
Oh, I did pick 4 because I wanted to do a little compare-contrasty. But I have many summer patterns, as you all know. But I'll just talk about the ones that are, most popular.
This is the mini mock neck.
Not most popular, most recent. Yeah.
Mini mock neck tank.
Can we all take a moment to admire Park's beauty in France?
Everybody, you might get sick of seeing my face. I'm so sorry. That's just what happens.
Why would people who are here to watch you speak out of your face be sick of seeing your face?
Well, they weren't expecting to see my face and then see still photos of my face as well. But you know what? I'll say it. It's a beautiful face.
It is.
And Jessie photographs so beautifully. Look at that lens flare.
Ugh.
Anyway, this is the mini mock.
Shot on film, of course. I love this photo shoot. I loved being in France.
So pretty.
And I love this top. I love it on you. I feel like people really like the fit of the neckline and just
Yeah, it fits so beautifully. It is so wearable. It made me feel so cool, chic when we were walking in Paris. Okay, I just love this tank. Some people make it longer if they're not into the super crop, which I've seen also be so cute. But it's just like a staple everyone needs this
Yeah,
cool summer pattern.
I've also seen people not do the turtleneck or the mock neck part. Just like
that's a choice.
a little.
I love the mock neck.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's mini mock neck.
Mini mock neck. Should we just go right into the next one?
Yeah.
Let's do this like a slideshow.
Okay.
Fade.
Oh,
Beautiful.
look at our beautiful friend Maya.
This is Maya Corral, everyone. We love her.
We love her. This is the Helix pullover. And it is a lace pullover. I released this a couple of years ago. I did it, I think, in Magpie Fibers, Equinox.
I think we showed
Sport.
the Helix halter
We did.
last show.
Yes.
So this is the pullover
This
version.
is the pullover version.
If you're into less shoulder.
Yeah, and I think it just has like such a cool kind of 70s vibe.
And gorgeous photography.
I love it's the knitting is very easeful. It's like it's easy to memorize. And I just think it wears beautifully. I love this
As
sweater.
you can see here.
Yeah, and I love Maya in it.
Okay, up next. From here on out, if you hear a whistle, it's Jessie. It is not me whistling at my own self.
So that's the person who said
That my face was beautiful.
which I love, by the way. I saw a really funny thing earlier today. What was it? It was like, I was born with huge naturals. I was never meant to be humble. Which, you know what? It's so true, babe.
So true. What are we going to do with these big naturals?
I can think of some things. Anyway.
Anyway, let's get back to the knitting.
Or we could stay on the titting.
Nice.
Okay, here we have Park again in all her glory, her long-legged glory. Look at that long-ass dog, as many often say.
Long.
17-foot long legs.
Yes.
And this, such a cute, I think, sexy summer top. This is in the Wandering Flock Merino singles.
This is called the Ripple Halter.
It's called the Ripple Halter. And I just think I did a good job on this.
So
I love
cute.
how revealing it is. I know it's not for everybody, but I just feel like the fit is beautiful and it looks beautiful on you.
It's in Wandering Flock too, which is just a perfect highlighter color.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Knits up really quickly. If you're not into this level of skin exposure, I did design a pattern last year that I intended to be like a more modest version. If you believe that modest is hottest, then
Yes.
you can instead knit the ribbed turtleneck tank, which is a similar top, somewhat similar construction. The shoulder construction is different. And this is actually done in a DK weight. This is done in Ritual Dyes Undine DK. Again, the film photography done in on the Hood Canal at our friend Lindy's house.
So
it's
pretty.
it's so beautiful there. And I also am really happy with how this one fit. The armhole is a little bit tighter, and it just is a little bit more has a little more coverage if you want something that's
So really, you need both.
Less
you
revealing.
need both options.
yeah.
Okay.
There's a day to night
A day, day to night.
where you have to change. No, there's the sexy and then there's the still sexy, but
a little more coverage.
A little more coverage
in a
for sure.
sexy way.
And that is all. That is as many summer patterns as I'm going to talk about. I have about 40 more summer patterns.
Yeah,
if
and
you
check them out. If you are
want to check them
interested
out.
in cool summer patterns, check out Jessie May's patterns. I'm going to show a few of mine now. This next one is called the Sea Breeze Sweater Vest, which Jessie took these photos too. They're so cute. I designed very much with coastal grandma aesthetic in mind. I love wearing this vest. I think it's fun. It gives the illusion of modesty in that it's like a sweater vest, but it still makes you feel cute and sexy.
I love this design, and I feel
Yes.
like it didn't sell when you first released it.
Yeah.
It didn't sell very many patterns, and I'm like, how? I feel like this aesthetic was
The
so
tests
the vibe.
for them were also so
Everybody's
cute.
looked so cute. I think you might have just been too ahead of the curve, honestly, because it's like go a year later and everybody is knitting things that look like this, right? But I don't know.
Maybe people get intimidated by the mesh, which is so easy.
What can I say? It's really difficult to be ahead of trends, babe.
So true. You flatter me. You do. Okay, Balanced Skein just made a sea breeze, so we can't say that nobody was knitting them.
We didn't say
Thank
nobody. I
you.
just feel like sometimes I'm speaking for myself. I
It's
design
hard to
something and I'm like,
see,
this
yeah.
is gorgeous. This is like, I love it.
Yeah.
And there's no correlation between how much I like something and how much it sells. And when it's even more pronounced when I see something that somebody else has done,
Yeah,
and
that
I'm
you're
like,
I
why
love
doesn't everybody want to knit this? Like, of all the
That's
things
just
that I see being knit,
showbiz, baby.
why doesn't anybody want to knit this? And I think that this is a beautiful sweater, and I would love for more
Thank
people
you,
to knit
babe.
it.
I love that. Staying on vest theme.
What happened to the...
I'm gonna do it last.
Oh, okay.
Staying on vest theme. This is my vacation vest. Again with Jessie May Photography. This was on film in Zihuatanejo in Mexico. And the vest turned out really cute. It was fun. People are loving knitting this. I also did a garter stitch version of it, if that's more up your alley, with little ties in the front. But you can easily mod this one to have the little ties in the front if that's what you like too. But it's just like cotton vest, and I think it's real cute. And then my last one for cool summer patterns. Cool. This is the Sporty, which, as you can tell, super chill, super cool, super
cool, dude.
sporty. I love wearing this t-shirt. It's like cropped in a really fun way, exaggerated sleeves. So it's
Elegant, beautiful color.
It's a beautiful color. It's in Undine DK
Also photographed in Mexico.
Yes, also photographed in Mexico. And that is just, it's one that I want to just like really throw on because it's a big oversized t-shirt. So that's for more of if you're looking for a summer pattern that's like chill and cool.
Dude.
You can throw it on to go kick the soccer ball. Right, Jessie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love playing soccer.
That is our little roundup of cool summer patterns. If you guys in the chat want to talk about your favorites, we would love that because we would love to discover some that we missed or didn't know about. There's obviously a lot.
Yeah. I don't get enough content of other...
True.
On my Instagram feed, at least, I don't get enough content of like cool summer patterns.
Yeah.
It's often just a lot of sweaters.
Yeah.
Or nothing, nobody that I follow. Nothing and
I
nobody
know.
that
It's
I follow.
hard to even just keep up with people anymore, but oh well.
I'm on Instagram less and less these days, I will say.
Yeah, I think everyone
It's not a sad state of affairs, but
it's just the truth.
it is just the truth, yeah. But it's nice to be here.
It is nice to be here.
Where we get to hang out with you.
Yay. Okay.
That wraps up our summer pattern.
Cool summer patterns.
We've already talked about what we have in
SponCon?
the pipeline, and so yeah.
SponCon.
She just could not wait to say that. It's
couldn't
Mark's
wait
new
to say
favorite word.
SponCon.
Can somebody else sponsor us so that we can say SponCon?
SponCon.
Even more? Yeah, let me get out my
Let's talk about some of our Cocoknits products.
Happily.
Okay, we wanted to start off by saying we kind of changed out some of the cords on our things.
Yeah.
At least I did. I showed my accessory roll last time, which I had already owned before. But I don't know why I never changed out the cords. I kind of liked the beige. But now I have this bright orange on my accessory roll, and it's so cute.
So
I
pretty.
wanted to show that.
I have pink on mine, but I don't know where it is. Oh, it's all the way over there.
Oh, I'll show the pink because I also changed out. This is the project portfolio, and I changed this out for hot pink. So cute.
So beautiful. Mine, I just have white on, but I did change the
Elegant.
inside, actually. One moment, please. Oh, I'm already showing my insides to you. Maybe, well, you know what? I'll reveal more later, but you can actually see on the spine that there's yellow. Neon line.
It's not really showing up very well.
It's
but
like
it's like
green
the color
yellow.
of
It's
my
the color
bralette.
of Park's bralette.
So we both traveled a little bit with ours, right?
We did, yeah.
I traveled with mine.
I traveled with mine. I went to Marquette, as I said I would. I did
This
not
is
go
what
to
I
the
brought.
yarn shop there, like I talked about. But I do want to talk about
Yeah,
mine.
we wanna talk about-
Mine got some use, as you can see from as somebody called it, the patina.
Yeah.
I love how crinkly it's getting as I use it more and more. It's like
These are the
very
project
cool and elegant.
wallets.
These are the project wallets, yeah. And we thought that maybe we would show the
on
innards,
our,
as
on
I
our
say.
sit sat, we kind of got into this organically.
Yeah,
our
you should
innards-
wait. Do a little unopening for them
Oh.
up by the camera.
Sorry.
Yeah, because
Don't
it's so
look,
cute.
everyone.
Show them.
Let me open up my project wallet. Where is it? Gorgeous.
Okay, now dip it.
These are the innards. So
Isn't that cute?
I have my try-on cords in here. I have a crochet hook in case I need to pick up a drop stitch or something. I have my... So basically, how they recommend using this, which I thought was brilliant, is you pack it by project. So whatever the project is you're working on, look at what notions they say, look at what needles they say, and then you just know what other things you like for a project and you pack it accordingly. So that's what I did because I knew I was going to be traveling. I made sure to have the extra needle sizes of my project that I was going to be using. I had my 16-inch cables because I was hoping to get to the sleeve. This is the best part. We talked about this on the accessory roll, but these little folders come out and then you drop a magnet in. Let me see if I can grab mine. Here it is. You drop a magnet in and it has all your stitch markers held on the magnet. And these little folders are in case you don't want to be like digging too much in. Little things can be like brought up by that. I have their little magnets. Can't remember exactly what these are called, but they're little magnet hooks. Clips.
Yeah. Cocoknits clips.
So you put the clip on like this, and this is one of their row counters, and you can just magnet it right there. And I have on the back my tapestry needle. Very handy. Let's see your innards. Oh,
So-
also when it's packed, it stands up like that.
Yeah.
So that's very nice. You can have it next to you as you're working.
I love like a low maintenance, easy to throw in your bag, don't have to be too precious with it, like item. Like I
Yeah.
like things made of canvas, and this cotton material is so nice because I just could throw it in my little ritual dyes backpack and let it get crumpled, let it live its life.
It's craft
paper
fabric.
and it's so soft. It's already feeling more like cotton to me.
It's washable.
It's washable. It doesn't tear. And I just think it's so pretty. Like, I love how it's crinkling up. But here's mine. Here are my insides. The most important thing that I keep in here is not in here. I have loop earplugs that I love for powwows and for, like, concerts and stuff. And I usually have these thrown right in here. I actually think that I dropped them in James's car. So, James, if you're out there, can you please find my earplugs? Let me show you what's in my first pocket. You can pull it out. Everything's at the bottom. Like Park said,
Magnet.
the best feature is this little magnet. In fact, right now there's 2 magnets, but I don't know if you can tell. I have a darning needle on here. I have a T-pin. I have little snips. I have about 17 stitch markers and removable stitch markers. And I don't have to worry about them falling out because they are all in together. I have these COOOOOOL tighteners for my interchangeables. They help you grip. I have these stitch stoppers for my COOOOOOL needles that I travel with, and I have a a stitch fix in that little pocket.
Perfect.
In my second pocket, and this is gusseted, right? So it expands as you need it to.
Yeah.
It gets really big.
I have mine pretty packed.
I have mine really packed. I'm using all of the compartments, and I could put this in a different one, but I have this in one of the holes. And then in my second to last hole, I packed an extra needle for my ribbing for the project I was working on, and I packed a size 1 or a size 0 sock needle.
In case you ever
In case I need to cast on a sock. I am notorious for like running,
So smart.
for knitting through my yarn when I'm traveling, or for just not feeling like knitting what I'm working on and wanting to cast on a sock. So it's good to
I
just
started to get
always
that
have-
urge, and I'm not even a sock knitter. When I was traveling, I kind of was like, oh, I need to switch up, and maybe I should do a sock.
You just don't have to think about it. I love it. There's such a sense of accomplishment too in finishing a sock. But anyway, I also have my clover stitch holders.
I have
Something
some of
I
those in
always
there, too.
forget to bring when I'm working on something. I mean, I don't mind putting my stitches on scrap yarn, but it's so much easier to have them on something that has a little pointy end. I also have these cord extenders for try-ons as I'm traveling. Look how
that
pretty that
too.
is with the skyline, babe. Look at the Chicago.
Everybody, wait, let's pose for a thumbnail because the lighting's so... Oh, wait,
wait,
that will be
hold
cut out
on.
anyway. Never mind.
What will be cut out?
The sky of our thumbnail.
Oh, that's true.
Everybody,
But everybody
just take it in with your
appreciate-
eyes.
Our beautiful city. I love Chicago.
Gorgeous.
Curses to anybody who's ever said anything bad about it. It is a beautiful city full of
who-
beautiful people.
Don't ever say anything bad about Chicago. Look at our skyline. It's one of the most beautiful ever to ever exist.
Gorgeous.
And if you ever
Beautiful
visit,
city.
you must do the architecture tour.
You must. Okay, my favorite part, honestly, is wrapping this thing back up. You get to really feel like a little girl boss because
It's fun. And mine is
just
like
go
tight
dip,
right
dip.
now.
Mine is tight as hell.
But it just one loop.
One loop and
it's
it does
secure.
it. Cocoknits, we love the project wallet. Thank you.
Let's do this.
Thank you for this and also for your galaxy brain hack of the magnets.
Changed
Julie,
my life.
life-changing.
Okay.
Love that.
Next thing that we both took on our travels. Oh,
Yes.
you even took your board, did you? You'll get to it.
I did, yes.
So the next thing is the project portfolio. And it's like super durable. It's amazing. As I said, you can change out the cord, which we love. And I took this with me on my trip because, oh, cute. I forgot what I had it packed with. But you can have multiple notebooks in. It has the elastics right here where you can just put in as many notebooks as you want. So, of course, I had my bullet journal right here. I had my knitting notebook, so for notes like that. And then I had my regular, like, morning journaling. Don't look at that notebook. Don't read any of my private
I hope
thoughts.
you open to.
Oh my God, what if
everybody's
someone-
gonna be pausing and zooming in.
Enhance.
What if it's a note about me?
I would never. My pen. So, and then there's a whole back pocket, which I didn't even use, but I can surely see
You can put an
why.
iPad in that pocket.
Amazing.
Is the whole, I think, idea.
Yeah, you can put
You
in.
can put a tablet. You could probably fit a laptop, honestly.
And then this is what I loved. So, first of all your notebooks in one place. That is brilliant.
Gorgeous.
It's
Love
like the
it.
traveler's notebook. I think
Yeah.
we talked about that in one of these. But then when you just have, when you're traveling and you just are like given little pieces of paper and you're like, I need to have a place for it. I was just putting them all in my little thing.
Yeah.
So, okay, business card for I Yarn For You when I was in Boise, And then let's show these. Of course, drawings that your nieces draw for you.
Of course. I don't have nieces, but
Isn't
if I
the-
did,
Isn't the resemblance to me uncanny?
I especially love your sideways eye, which is what I'm always noticing when I look at you.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous blue eyes.
Green.
And the little pink cheeks.
Why did you say blue? They're green.
Why did I say I've been there's something wrong with my mind.
This one also. Uncanny. I think my essence is really captured
That-
in that one.
is you.
And then this one is so sweet. This is me sitting with Larkin. What were we doing here?
Are you on the beach?
We were not on the beach. Shoot. We were in the house doing something, maybe knitting. Larkin, you can let me know. Inside the house with the rain. Okay.
Wait, who are the animals?
Oh yeah, that's Bodhi, which is one of the dogs.
And is that a mouse?
I really should have written on the back the story behind
We'll have
all
to
of
ask.
this.
We'll have to ask.
I
her.
believe it maybe is one of the stuffed animals.
Okay. I need to know who
Anyway,
that is.
this pocket is so helpful, and just keeping all your things in one place. It is so nice to feel like, okay, I have my planner, I have my knitting notebook, I have my regular journal, everything you could need.
If there's one thing we love, it's extra holes. And this has them. Okay.
And look how cute with the pink.
I love the pink. She's making me want to switch out my big elastic.
And look with it, the orange.
Do I need to change this to lime? I don't know if I got a lime one. But I might need to change it because right now I'm feeling a little bit boring, okay?
It's elegant and it matches your outfit.
Let me show you my insides.
Yes. Gorgeous. Oh, I need to say something, which is this type of content, notebooks, journaling, portfolio, my cup of tea.
A modern trapper keeper, exactly. It's like an elegant little trapper keeper without all of the metal.
True.
Kind of. Okay, so I have in here my bullet journal. 3 pens that are attached to my bullet journal.
Perfect.
I have my Midori notebook, which has my knitting notes in it. And then...
Wait, can I feel it?
Yeah. I got a cover. Okay. I got the cover for it. But I love these Midori notebooks. They lay flat and the paper.
The grid is so nice.
The grid is really nice and the paper is high quality. It lays flat. The papa?
The papa?
The papa is flat. Okay. And then, let me show you. Is this the right way?
Yep.
Yes, it is. I have my Cocoknits Maker's Board.
Amazing.
In here. Now, this Maker's Board is magnetic.
Whoa.
I don't know if you can see it.
Let me hold it up because this is important. Gorge.
We have in here a ruler, magnetic. The clips, magnetic. These can also go in my little pouch. Our row counter. Great. This is going to be great for my cable lace knitting.
You need track.
We have metal stitch markers on one magnet. We have the earth tone triangle stitch markers on another. We have embroidery scissors, but my little mini snips snap on here too. We have magnets. We have a cable needle. This came with me to Marquette, by the way. I was working on something. We have removable stitch markers. We have a stitch gauge that also has every needle size conversion written out on it. Or like a needle gauge.
Smart.
It's so smart. I'm always having to look that up when I'm writing a pattern.
Always Googling.
I know.
What is US
every time.
9?
Every time.
Oh my god.
One of the most annoying parts of writing a pattern. I'm like, why don't I just have it?
That's so smart. You can just have that up on your desk.
Yeah. So this folds over, and then I'm going to be knitting a lot of lace. Actually, like I'm about to go to Washington to visit Lindy, like I said, and I am going to have a lace chart.
Yes.
And I'm just going to have it on here and everything's going to be where I need it. And I can have my iPad in here, my computer in here, and I'm just going to wrap it all up.
Yeah, the Maker's Board like sits up, kind of like an iPad case.
Here, let me do a full product feature.
I didn't bring mine
because this
because
snaps right out.
My
it also
pattern is really easy, but
so it opens kind of like this.
Sits up like an iPad.
Up like an iPad. I can have this on my little lounge chair next to me when I'm knitting at powwows. I'm going to have it at Lindy's house.
So you can have your pattern, like use the magnets to magnet your paper pattern to it, and then you can even use the ruler to like follow your row. So you're like, I'm on row 1 and my ruler's right underneath row 1. Yeah. I'm on row 2. It's so cool.
And Jessie, DC or state, Washington State, Olympic Peninsula. But anyway, I also need to say that like, I feel like if I, in theory, was looking at this, I would be worried about things falling off. Nothing is gonna fall off.
Yeah, the magnets.
Like, I've opened it, I've closed it so many times. It is so secure. Mm-hmm. It's great. So, let me put my thingy back inside.
That is the Maker's Board.
That's the Maker's Board.
Cocoknits.
And guess what? I could fit 5 more notebooks in here if I wanted. Actually, I could fit 2 more. There's 5 thingies total. And then here I go. I'm just going to do this. Close it back up. Snap it. I might switch out my elastic and then do this. Cocoknits We love it.
We love it.
I will definitely be using it. I'm excited to use the Maker's Board more. I did not use it so much last weekend. I was using my wallet.
I can't wait. I'm
can't.
like craving having a more difficult pattern. Or the thing about it is we're designers, so it's not necessarily we're always going to have like the paper pattern in front of us. But I was like, oh, if I'm doing like lace or something, or knitting someone else's pattern, which I would love to have time to do, I would totally want that.
Let's note that we both got the craft color, but they also have a really beautiful grayish, really soft gray, like dove gray color almost. Yeah. That's gorgeous that you can get this in. I will be writing a little mixed stitch lace pattern. Mm-hmm. And I will certainly be printing that chart out and putting it on here and using it.
Well, I think I'm going to do some crumpet socks, and I will write that pattern out quick.
Yeah.
And use my Maker's Board.
Yeah. So I love this. I'm excited to see how it wears. We will definitely be checking back in about these in the fall as we use them more. But so far, I give this 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And I also give this 10 out of 10. I brought it with me. It packs up really nice.
Me too.
And
it's just nice that when you're going places, even around your house. Actually, this is the thing I was thinking about. I was looking at my portfolio at my house just the other day, and I was like, wait, this is actually going to be so nice to just have next to my desk. Like, and I pull it out, and I have my bullet journal, my journal, like everything that I need in one place. Love it.
I'm going to do something off script. Yeah. Which is my partner got cut from work early and is asking if we want food. Oh. And I would like to get the order in.
That's so nice.
Do you want anything?
Oh, I could probably wait till I get home.
Okay. I'm just going to take a quick moment to text. Sorry.
This is very important. Dinner.
Speaking of, it's my partner's birthday today.
Happy birthday.
It's true. I'm with a Taurus.
As you
Shocking.
should be. As you absolutely should be. Obviously. Oops, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, so that concludes the Cocoknits Spawn content. Okay, hope you all like it. Does anyone have any questions in our little brief intermission? Look at Jessie's thumbs typing and typing. Oh, already done.
No, I just said let me know where you're gonna stop because I don't know when they're actually leaving. But I'm so hungry. All I ate today was a piece of quiche. So
you need to be eating breakfast and
lunch.
I
was busy.
Okay. Ooh, we have gotten to a very exciting portion of the show.
I'm really excited about this.
Which is called announcing our giveaway winner.
Yes. So last week we announced a giveaway for the Wandering Flock Cotton Lino, which is what Park's design she just released is done in. A beautiful, beautiful summer yarn. I want to touch it. It's so
4 skeins
nice.
Of this. Okay.
4 skeins of this for probably any size summer garment that doesn't have sleeves. It should be sufficient. And honestly, how many skeins did that use?
Oh, off the top of my head, I don't know, but not that many.
Yeah. So you could even probably knit that if you wanted to.
So
my sister is a Taurus, and they are great. I love a Taurus.
We love Taurus.
We love Taurus.
As I've said before,
as somebody with no Taurus placements, I have more standing to say this.
That's true. But as someone with a Taurus moon and rising, we love Taurus.
Of course she loves Taurus, but it's more important that I love Taurus because I don't have any Taurus in me.
Okay. We love Taurus here, okay?
We love Taurus.
Another double Taurus.
We love a double Taurus.
I see you, Liz, and I love you, double Taurus. Okay.
Sage is a Taurus sun, Leo moon, Leo rising.
We also love a Leo.
Love a Leo. A look at me, Leo. With, you know what? Mercury and Gemini.
We are really making the giveaway winner just sitting on pins and needles.
Speaking of good giveaway winner.
Okay.
Yes.
Ready? Drum roll. We're going to show the winning comment now.
Right on time, because the last comment that's posted in the chat is from Ava Martinez.
Ava
And
Martinez,
you
1220.
are the winner.
You are the giveaway winner. That is amazing.
That is amazing that your DM is the last, or your chat is the last thing we see.
Ugh.
And you are the winner of the Cotton Lino.
Yay. Congratulations, Ava. We're so excited. We are going to reply to your comment on YouTube with who to send an email to and the instructions on how to claim your prize.
Yeah, so look out for the comment. You will be directed to the person you need to go to claim your yarn.
Everyone say congratulations.
Yeah. The new spring colors I saw are, I think Geraldine is announcing them tomorrow or soon. The Cotton Lino new palette is coming out. So
it's very exciting timing. The new colors are stunning. And we're so excited for you to get your yarn.
Yeah.
Wow. And with that,
that concludes our knit nat portion. Finally.
A lot of knit nat today.
We're a lot of chanting, and they will probably continue.
Of course.
When James and I were on our way back from Iowa, I was talking about how I was imagining how powerful I would be if I had the gift of song, like if I had a beautiful voice. Mm-hmm. Like, what is it like to have a beautiful voice? Lindy West would know because she has a beautiful voice. But if we were just listening to music, and I was like, I wish that I could sing. This is the closest that I'll ever get to singing.
Wait, can we actually use that as our jump in for the Chit Chat section?
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about like what we're up to. And last night I went to a concert, Ichiko Aoba. Okay, she was James, Jessie, and my top Spotify artist 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And talk about a voice of an angel.
Voice of an angel.
I wasn't going to go to the concert because when I looked, the tickets were really expensive, and James was going already, and he had bought his tickets when they were less expensive. And then I was like, okay, shoot, I'll just check day of. And I can't believe I remembered to check day of, but anyway, I checked and my ticket was $40, which I was like, okay, that's worth it. And we went. It was gorgeous. She was gorgeous. The music, stunning. I don't know what else to say. Just I was saying that to James. I was like, if I could choose to have anyone's singing voice, it would be hers. Yeah. But also, I wouldn't even know what to do with that type of gift.
That's the thing. It's like you need the voice and you need the like vision.
And she is like a classically trained guitarist in just a way where you are truly jaw on the ground.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was very fun.
Love her. I wish I could have gone, but I had girlfriend duties.
Yeah.
Wife duties, one might say.
Birthday
because
duties.
Of birthday duty. I had a beautiful night, in case anybody cares.
We care. We all care.
We went to craft night at Indian Health, one of our favorite things to do. So the Indian Health Center here has a craft night with regalia making, and that's what we wanted to do. So we did it.
Lovely.
Okay. Next order of business is what I've been up to, or do you want to talk about what you've been up to first?
Oh yeah, what we've been up to in
the way of
life,
Chit-chat
not
life.
knit nat life. Yeah. So I went to the concert last night. That was amazing. I also went on my Idaho and Oregon trip. So I did 1 week with my family in Idaho, getting to meet my new niece and just have very sweet time with my sister. That like postpartum time is just so sweet and tender.
And it was the first time, right?
It was the first time meeting little baby Sophie. And yeah, the first time, it was my sister's first baby too, so very special. Yeah. And then we did a week. I met up with Caden in Portland, and then we went out to the Oregon coast for a week with his family, which is where I taught my other nieces how to knit and had a very lovely time with his family. We went on a gorgeous hike and had some nice ocean time.
That's so fun.
Loved it.
She's been gone for 2 weeks. It felt like this came up so quickly, but we're always both of us gone and feeling like time just goes.
What is time?
So what is time?
We don't know.
It's too fast is what it is.
That's true. What have you been up to?
So I went to the KBIC powwow in Marquette, like I said. Mm-hmm. I love Marquette. It's like such a cute beautiful town. I love being
Never
like
been.
near the water. Well, we'll go. We need to do that Porcupine
do a
Mountains
whole- yeah, I need to do a
backpacking
whole
trip, but also
Midwest.
we need to do Pictured Rocks and Lake Superior and the coast
Yeah.
up there. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Beautiful part of the country. Honestly, my ancestral homeland, like not really exactly, but that is the environment I grew up in, and that is where my ancestors are from. They migrated sort of from Sault Ste. Marie towards the Ojibwe people who live in northern Wisconsin. Came, through Sault Ste. Marie and through the UP. So it feels very much like home to me, and the powwow was beautiful. We have some friends who have a drum, so we sat with them, and it was really nice. And I love Marquette, and I love the powwow there. There's a little coffee shop downtown called Baby Cakes, and they have a really good strawberry matcha.
Cute. Baby cakes.
So I got to have a strawberry matcha from Baby Cakes every day. There's a little chicken place called the Yoop Coop.
The UP.
As in the UP, and they have really good chicken.
Love that.
And just a cute time, and I loved it. Also went to Des Moines, which I've already talked about with James. James and I love to do a little trip together, so it was nice to hang out with James on his birthday and go to the yarn festival. And trying to think of anything else notable that happened there that I haven't talked about already. Talked about that more at the beginning. The last thing is that I got a haircut, and I tried to not get very much cut off.
Someone just said both of your hair is goals. So
Thank you.
you're about to hear about
You're
Jessie's
about to hear
haircut,
about my
though.
haircut and my attitudes about getting a haircut, which is that I wait 2 years until like the last until the point where I really can't handle it anymore because it's so stringy and it hurts and it's like getting pulled and like breaking. And then I tell them they can cut as little as possible, which means that my stylist probably hates me. I'm never there. I'm there once every 2 years. I have difficult to deal with hair for other people, not for myself. But it's like not easy hair to cut or to blow out. And, but more so, I was explaining this to James, every time I get a haircut, no matter how good it looks or if I like it, like I think this haircut looks good. I don't think that there's
it's very
anything
pretty.
wrong with it. I just like feel depressed and sad that I don't have all of my hair anymore. And it still is very long. Like it's very long in the back. It looks probably better than it did before, but emotionally
Always gives her depression.
Emotionally, I don't like getting a haircut. Culturally, Native people don't cut their hair, and that is
Yeah,
just
you're
part of
probably feeling
like
that.
yeah. So I don't like it. And I probably won't like it for a long time, but I got a haircut and that's what you're seeing. Those were my big
Those were
events.
huge news.
Aside from Sage's birthday, which happy birthday to Sage once again.
Other huge news is an exaltation. If anyone in the chat would also like to exalt things or tell us what you guys have been up to.
What have your favorite things been this month? Did anything great happen for you?
Something great happened for me in an exaltation type of way.
Yeah.
And it is the food that your mom made us.
I went home in March for one of my best friends, still, but growing up, we grew up together. Her father passed away, so I had a surprise trip home, as I talked about, and my mom is my mom's from the Philippines. She's an amazing cook. She's amazing a cook in like all regards. Like everything she makes tastes really good. She also made like this incredible banana cake bread that was so good that she sent home with me. But she loves to cook, and she also loves to like pack me up a little like, She made all of this Filipino food. She made bistek. She made adobo. I have all this lumpia in the fridge that she made.
The bistek, oh my god. It's like last meal request levels. Like if I had to choose, it would be up there on my list of a last meal to eat. The steak and the onions, it's just like...
Bistek is a Filipino dish. It has steak, it has onions, it has garlic, soy sauce, and then calamansi. I don't know regionally if people use other things. It's possible some people use tamarind or like a different acid, but we've always had it with lemon juice.
Whatever
We don't
she's
have
doing
calamansi
with it.
here. anyway, not only does she like make a huge thing for me that she sends home, she packs it up into little individual
Like meal
size or like a few meal size like packets, which is so good for me. I'm really bad at feeding myself and at like routines. So like when I'm working and I'll work 16 hours on my computer just writing knitting patterns or knitting, and I don't stop to feed myself. It is so nice to just have a bag of food that I can grab from the freezer.
Yeah. And not just a bag of food, the most delicious food you've ever had.
And I told my mom that Park loves bistek. Park had Filipino food for the first time kind of recently when we went to New York. I was like, have you had Filipino food? And she said no. And I was like, let's go to a Filipino restaurant so you can experience it. And I knew she would like it. My
life was changed.
I just knew. We went to, what is it called?
Mama Fina's.
Mama Fina's in New York City.
Recommend.
So good. We met up with my friend Robin there actually, who got married, and it was so good. And but I have video, I think, of Park having her first bistek, and she was like, I thought she was gonna cry. I knew she would love it.
I was about to cry. She knew I was gonna love it because I'm a big steak girly.
Yeah.
I love onions. I love garlic, and you just knew, because it's like a comfort food. At least bistek is. It's like a comfort food vibe, but still so like complex of the taste. It's like bringing out all the flavors of everything.
It's so good. And then it's kind of greasy. You put it on rice and it just flavors the rice. It's so good. It's probably one of my favorite things like to eat. Growing up, I always asked for it, and I was always asking my mom to make more juice, like more gravy to put on the rice. Anyway, my mom sent me home with all of these individually packed foods, and when I told her that Park loved bistek, she said, "Oh, okay, I'll make some, like give some to Park." So I gave Park and Caden a little packet of it, probably a few meals worth.
I'm gonna make Caden learn how to make it because I need that weekly.
It's so good. It is so good.
So good.
I love bistek. It might be my favorite Filipino. Oh, I love dinuguan though. There are so many things I love. I also love adobo.
We don't have to pick.
But yeah. So exalting my mom and her cooking and her thoughtfulness and packing up so much individually.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. It was so nice. Thanks, Mom.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's move into our newest section. A little thing called Knit Knat Lip Smack.
Knit Knat Lip
Because
Smack.
Many of you have been commenting on our lips. The first order of business is asking if we are intentionally matching, and yes, we are.
Always.
Always. In life and on our show.
However, one time we did match unintentionally in the most hilarious way, which is we were packing up from the beach. We were at the beach with Maya, and Maya says, guys, look at yourselves. And we both had on,
I think it was a video,
black muumuus, big down all the way to like our ankles, the same Birkenstocks,
the same linen bag,
the same bag,
curly hair,
and a big hat.
It's just like the short and fat version, and then the tall and skinny version. Yes. The like thick calf version, and like the little calf version.
We're so twins, and
we're
yet
like
so
twins,
twins,
yet also opposite.
It's perfect.
And we're just duding along on the boardwalk.
It was perfect.
Having matching outfits. But anyway, we have been trying to wear the same thing. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you've seen those, or if you know anything about color theory, but it might be hard to tell with the ring light. My skin tone is significantly darker than Park's, obviously. But last week when we did it, we tried the same lipstick, and let me tell you, the one that she was wearing, we're gonna do a little like what we were wearing last time.
Yeah. Last time we had that hot pink lip on, and it was the MAC lip pencil Candy Yum Yum. I do think it was a limited edition. I can't find it on their website anymore.
They have it in a lipstick. It's like a permanent collection.
That was the lip liner. And then the lipstick was the Sephora collection liquid lipstick. Also, I think sold out. It's the color 08 Whipped Blush. It's a bright neon pink. I'm not sure how it read on the camera, but
it read a lot darker and deeper than it actually was.
It's like bright neon.
It's almost a chalky pink. And on Park, it looks gorgeous because she has lighter skin than I do. On me, it just has a little bit too much white. So it was looking, we did it before we recorded a little test stream before we get on. it did not look good on me. But I wanted to wear the same lip color.
I still liked it on you. You didn't like it
I
on
didn't
you.
like it on me,
Yeah.
and as the expert on myself,
You
it looked
get to
bad.
decide.
Park just sees big lips and she's like, "That's beautiful."
Well,
Without-
no, I really do think that the hot pink was fun on you. Also, I never get to see it on you, so it was fun.
It was
and I
too
liked it.
light. It was too light for me. And I love hot pink on me. NARS has a color called Ski Up that I used to wear a lot. It's the same tone. I love it, but I don't have it anymore.
This is also what I will say about those ones I just said. I don't really love it. It might be because it's old. I've had it for a lot of years, but it's also matte, so it's kind of hard to wear. It like very much dries out your lips. So those were the colors, but they are not coming at a full recommendation, okay?
I
Sorry.
love the lip liner.
Oh, the lip liner
I
is
did wear
awesome.
the lip liner. I love MAC lip liners.
Yeah.
They're great.
What were
As
you
somebody
wearing?
who went to college in the early 2000s and high school in the 90s, MAC used to be everything. Like,
Yeah.
and I love MAC makeup. I have things from MAC that I to this day like use and
Mm-hmm.
I'm loyal to in terms of their products. So in order to get that same look for myself, here's what I did. I used the lip liner Park used, but I have this Milk makeup jelly. Have you seen these little jelly?
Yeah, you let me use this
Oh,
one.
yeah,
because
it's
I was
like-
like, I need to try
I
that.
don't know how. It's like bouncy. It feels like Jell-O. I don't know how else to explain it.
Fun.
But I dabbed this on the inside.
Is it also like a blush?
It is a blush, yeah. You kind of put it on your hand. I like to put it on my hand and then dab it with a thing and then do this. But I really like it for my lips.
What color
too.
is it?
This is called Burst, I think. Yeah. It is the Milk Makeup Cooling Water Jelly Tint in Burst. It's kind of a berry color. So I dab that in the middle of my lips. And then I have this Say liquid blush in the color Baby. I was wearing this last week too. It has like the prettiest sheen and it's just kind of a cool tone pink. Colors, I have really
Pretty.
warm skin, so colors tend to pull really coral or orangey on me. This gives me a pink, like a baby pink,
Yeah.
more so than other
So
things.
pretty.
So I had this on my lips to give it a little bit of the whiteness that Parks had, but not quite as much. And I really liked
Chalky.
it. Yeah, not so chalky.
Yeah.
I don't mind a chalky lip color. It was too bright, too like
You
white.
didn't
for
like
me.
it, and
I
that's
did not
that's
like
that.
it. It made me feel like a weird clown, not a sexy one.
We just thought it would be fun to share some of our little beauty favorites. If you guys are into that sort of thing,
Well,
'cause-
we got so many
yeah,
questions.
we weren't going to, but then people
We weren't
were
going
asking.
to, but I mean, a lot of the questions that we get are about our skin and our whatever.
Sorry to my runny nose again.
And I will say, like we disclosed before, we are sitting in front of two major ring lights.
Yeah, you can
So
see it, the reflection.
You can see it in the reflection, and
So that is doing a lot for it. But
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
I do love skincare. So
You do love skincare, and people.
and you love makeup.
I love makeup, and people ask us about it all the time, and I don't always get to answer. So let's just do a dedicated
Let's do it.
segment. Beauty favorites for the time being. Now, I have two things that I started using recently. Going into summer, I like to wear makeup that as it wears, it looks very natural. So you can't even really tell that it was wearing makeup before, but it doesn't
Speaking of, I'm gonna up my
come
lips
off.
again.
Oh, we didn't talk about what we're wearing right.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
we
did.
did. Okay, yeah. I like products that are kind of natural feeling and looking, and that have dual purpose. So I really like the Ilia skin tint. I don't have it right now, and maybe I'll do a summer beauty thing like later. But I will tell you about two skincare products that I have been using recently that I love. A little thing called Rhode Glazing Milk. It's a liquid moisturizer that you kind of would apply like a toner. I put it on right after I shower. I have a very simple skincare routine. I would say that my concerns are I have probably combination to oily skin. My skin doesn't really get dry, but I would say more so my skin is probably normal. Now that I have my hormonal acne under control. I've been on spironolactone for a few years now. And that has helped a lot with my skin issues that I had when I turned around 40. Around when I turned 40, I had a horrible thing happen to me, which is I developed acne for the first time in my life, and I waited way too long to address it. I still have a little bit of scarring honestly. But anyway, my concerns would be hyperpigmentation and just, I like my skin to look greasy. I like to look like a little
Me
pig,
too.
a little shiny pig. So this glazing milk is great. It's lightweight. It looks great under my Elio skin tint, which is a very dewy, sunscreeny skin tint that I wear all summer long. It wears beautifully. It doesn't, when it starts to come off, it doesn't look weird. And I love it. And then I also got recently this First Aid Beauty, a brand that I love. I have eczema, so I don't react to any of their products, and I love all of their moisturizers. But this is called the Hydrating Dewy Gel Cream. I don't know if you can see it. It is so jelly, and it looks wet on your face, which I love. And I've been using this a lot. It's like so cooling, and I just look like a clean little grease pig after I put these on.
That. I love looking like a greasy pig.
And I really love them. This is Road Glazing Milk. I don't have anything else from this brand. I think I saw somebody on TikTok using these two things together. And they're like, if you want to look like a greasy little pig, this is what you should do. And I did it, and it worked.
Said me.
So I am a CeraVe night moisturizer loyalist. It's the only thing that I use. And I may still, I'm sure I will go back to it at some point when I don't want to pay extra money. But I'm just enjoying that moisturizer so much.
It's nice. It reminds me of the one that I use, the Hotolabo. Yeah, I can't remember. Perfect Gel, I think is what it is. It's so nice. We wanted to also talk about our blush. We both have this blush. This is the MAC Into the Pink. And any like little highlighty thing you can see here and here, actually anytime you see my cheeks looking very cute and shiny, it's this. This came into my life through Jessie May. I came over here and she said, try this new blush. And I didn't have anything else on my face, and I just tried it. And then I forgot that I tried it, and I went back in to go to the bathroom, and I like looked in the mirror, and I was like, oh, I look so cute. What's going on? And then I was like, oh, it's the blush. And so it's like a blush, but it also is a lot like a highlighter. It's very shiny. So then I was like, Jessie, I need this. And it was sold out everywhere. Nowhere to be found. I couldn't find it anywhere. I was so sad. So then when we got to Croatia 2 years ago, I was like, we were in this mall visiting James when he was living there, and I had this very inspired idea to be like, oh, there's a MAC in this mall. Surely it's not sold out in Croatia. And Jessie and James kind of like disappeared on me, or like started to like chat in a weird way, and I was
Did you notice that?
I didn't notice it till I got the information later.
Oh, okay.
But that you guys were like, we're going to go check something. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just do this thing. And then when I go to the MAC store, I was like, hey, do you guys have this blush? I said to Jessie, I was like, I'm going to go get the blush. And I was like, do you guys have this blush in this color? And they're like, no, sorry, sold out. And I was like, no. And so I was like, I'm so depressed. Then 2 days later,
because this was during Park's birthday week.
yes, 2 days later, I open my birthday present, and from James and Watts is the MAC Into the Pink blush that I was searching high and low
Sold out
for.
worldwide.
And turns out that Jessie and James made a secret trip without me knowing to the MAC to tell, didn't you tell the Croatian people working there that, no? What happened?
No, we were maybe going to. We were talking about doing that.
Okay.
But what actually happened is that I was just going to blow up our own spot. If you were about to buy the blush, I was just going to go in and say, hey, actually, we already got this. Sorry
I
for
thought
you
they
ruining
were
your own
going
surprise.
in to tell the people to tell me no, but
No,
it was already
because
sold
James
out.
and I had been in cahoots. James was like, what should I get Park for her birthday? And I was like, you should get her this blush that is not available in the U.S. at all anymore. Because I'm sure they'll have it at Croatian MAC, and they did at that time.
At that time, but not when
but
I
not
got
when
there.
Park got there. So
we are not sure if it is still sold out. So sorry if it is.
I don't think it is. It's MAC Extra Dimension Blush Into the Pink, and it's the prettiest baby pink, but it's more the like
shine.
The shine.
I can go a little overboard sometimes, but I still feel like it looks so cute.
Sometimes it is a little overboard, but we like it.
Mm-hmm. It's cute.
The end.
The end.
I think, is that the end of our beauty segment?
Yeah.
We didn't have too much to talk about.
No.
In terms of makeup, but
we do have some sunscreen which I'll just do quickly.
Keeping on the summer theme. People are always asking Park about her sunscreen.
My favorite makeup of the summer, sunscreen.
Yeah.
Okay? So the first one, speaking of the glow that we love from the blush and looking just really glowy, is Supergoop's Glow Screen. You can see I'm almost out. Okay? I think this is my second tube. This is even my travel one, and I have it in regular. Whenever I wear this, I love it so much. And more so, I got my grandma into starting to use this glow screen. And without, like, I'm not even trying to, but every time I'm with her, I'm like, Grandma, your skin looks so beautiful. And she's like, I'm wearing the glow screen. And so I'm always catching myself loving my own favorite product. So this is if you want a glowy, a slightly tinted sunscreen.
It's a really pretty glow.
Yeah.
My mom has actually complimented me on that too. Like, it makes your summer skin look so pretty.
Jessie also discovered Supergoop's Play sunscreen.
I didn't discover it.
Well, for the group. to me.
Okay.
Discover it to me. You didn't create it. That's
No,
sure.
I've been using it for many years.
Yeah,
so.
but it's an amazing body sunscreen.
Yeah.
It is quite expensive. That's the only problem is you're like, you need to make sure that you still feel like you can use enough.
Yeah.
But it's just lovely to put on your body, and it's rare to find a body one that's super nice.
It just applies like regular lotion. And everybody I let use it,
loves it.
they're like, I'm not paying that much for sunscreen, and then they use it, and like a few months later, I get a thing that's like, I bought it.
Because you want to use the sunscreen that you actually want to use.
It smells good, and it applies like nice lotion.
Yeah.
It just totally absorbs into your skin. There's no white cast. It looks gorgeous. Like, it looks beautiful on the skin.
Okay, and then this one, honestly, I would like to gatekeep because it's not like we have that much pull in Knit Knat Chit Chat, but I do get a little bit scared because, you know, when the sunscreens like really pop off and then all of a sudden the price is way more expensive and stuff. Anyway, this is a Japanese sunscreen that I love. It's the Can Make Mermaid Skin
The gel one, though, because there's different
Gel
ones.
UV, and this is the clear version. You do not want the white version. It still is like a little bit creamy, but it is so nice. It also has the slightest sheen to it. It's not like the glow screen where you look like you have actually something on, but it just makes such a nice skin look. SPF 50 plus, PA plus 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 plus. I just love Korean and Japanese sunscreens. I feel like they're doing a little something that we're not doing in the US.
Well, they have things that they're allowed to use
that we're not allowed.
That we're not, for whatever reason.
Anyway, that is my holy grail sunscreen. I love it so much.
Park is the queen of sunscreen. I need to declare your expertise because these aren't just she has tried every sunscreen.
Ooh! Tista just said, putting my knitting down to chime in that I also love Can Make sunscreen.
Yes.
It is the best.
Yes.
And I need to say, I love the Beauty of Joseon one. I love I can't remember the other name of it, but like the very viral ones that I've loved them. And I still always go back to my Can Make. It is also very reasonably priced.
It's like $10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have to kind of order it on YesStyle, so I order like kind of a big batch of it on YesStyle.com because it can take a while to ship here, but I love it.
Queen of sunscreen. You have to listen to her recommendations. She's tried them all.
Yeah, exactly.
And that concludes
Our beauty
section.
Hopefully not concluding our true beauty.
Hopefully it doesn't conclude our true beauty.
But only time will tell.
I would like to do a going into summer, what I'm wearing on my face. I have a really basic routine that I like to wear in the summer if I'm doing something socially. My favorite beauty routine is putting on a big pair of sunglasses and nothing else.
Well, that's the best for your skin, besides sunscreen.
Yeah.
But that's the best for your skin, too.
Yeah.
It's not even wearing a lot
Protect your
on it.
eyes, too. Yeah. We'll do more of that.
Yes.
What have we been watching?
What have you been watching?
I've been watching Survivor. The season started out strong.
Yeah.
Pre-merge, it was great. Post-merge, I'm not liking it. There's like a dominant alliance that it feels predictable. I mean, I don't know who's going to win. The alliance that's in power, I don't really care for. I find them to be kind of annoying. No offense.
No, but when it's the main in power people and you don't like them, you're like, oh my god.
It feels like production really loves these two characters where like there's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing I dislike about them except that they're really powerful together. And it feels like unfair or something at this point. A lot of people have gotten, who I like, are gone. I love Say and I love Star, and they're both gone.
Sad.
I love Kyle and Camilla, and I really hope that one of them wins, but people are talking a lot about thinking it's Joe who's gonna win.
Well, sometimes the power ones can be dethroned.
Yeah, it's true. But people with Survivor, people really like try to read the edit and all this stuff. And I feel like I see a lot of like TikTok content that I don't necessarily want to see. But it's a little bit of an annoying season. I don't like when it's predictable. So
sad.
Yeah, you know what's funny about this is that something I didn't think about when we started the show is that we're doing the show while Survivor's on.
Oh, it's
so
on Wednesdays?
Well, it's on Wednesday at 7. So the show has ended for the day.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Survivor girlies, that's my read. My favorites left are Kyle and Camilla, although I would be happy for anybody other than Joe or Eva to win just because it feels, I don't know. They're kind of annoying as a duo, and not personally, but it just starts to feel not like bullying. It just is like
when you just see them
being dominant and having too much power for too long, and also they're like this. They're like very
of the recap to the March Madness women's basketball WNBA.
There's been an update.
There's been an unofficial update. An update for those who are looking hard enough. Me. Us. Now we're all looking.
Yeah.
So this is the update on Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd. The couple that people were the best friends that everyone has started shipping to be together, including myself. These are the ones, if you didn't watch last episode, I was spending way too much time, an embarrassing amount of time, watching TikTok edits and TikTok sleuths and blah, 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 blah. All I wanted to say about this is the WNBA draft happened, okay? This was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago now, on a Monday night. The draft happened. Paige Beckers was the #1 draft pick. So everyone, all eyes on you, Paige, okay? Notoriously at a draft, at your table, when you're invited to the draft, at your table, the table is reserved for family and partners, okay?
No friends ever?
That's just what they're saying. I have not watched every draft. I am not an expert on drafts. Mm-hmm. However, that is what the people are saying, that the table is reserved for family and partners. Who, might you ask, was sitting at Paige Becker's table right next to her? Yeah, you guessed it, AZ Fudd. Looking incredible, by the way. The coach also was there. So maybe that takes away from the argument, but no. I'm still staying with the argument. What else happened, which is huge evidence towards a secret romance, is that when Paige was drafted, who, might you ask, was the first hug? Yeah, AZ Fudd. Before mom, before dad, before coach.
How long was the hug?
So, this is the other thing. Let's just say it's your best friend and you're not trying to do, you're on just at the table and you're not trying to keep something secret. That's just what I'm saying. Would you do what AZ Fudd did, which was like get up in the most like perfect slow way like this?
I love when Park does acting.
And give a hug. Oh, and whisper, I love you. In the ear. The sleuths caught that, okay? It wasn't like, yay, good job, I'm proud of you. I obviously say I love you to my friends, duh. But there was just something in the energy that was like, oh, you are entering your, I am the girlfriend of the number 1 draft pick, and I must hug you.
What if that was
not cause commotion?
What if that was the first time they ever said I love you?
Certainly not, but maybe. Okay, evidence number 2. This one is really huge, and this one is within the past week. So, Paige was drafted to Dallas. So now she lives in Dallas. AZ still has 1 more year at UConn. Paige's number for her jersey is number 5. AZ was seen on her TikTok in the videos wearing a number 5 and a heart necklace. 5 with a heart next to it. Gets better. Somebody in the comments of the TikTok said, whoa, 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 whoa. Because rightly so, people in anytime the, as people say, hazy fandom gets a little too ahead of themselves, people are like, you guys, leave them alone. And I agree. However, I partake at the same time. But someone in the comments was like, you guys, it's just a necklace, blah, 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 blah. Someone in the comments said, actually, I was the one who made that necklace for Paige. The jeweler came forth and said, I made that necklace for Paige, and that is the necklace that I made, and it is now on AZ.
Why do I have chills?
Yeah, big Tobin Heath and Kristen Press energy.
Love romance. I also love friendship, so no matter what, I love this.
We love them no matter what.
But what if the necklace means that they are looking at my holes as more than friends?
Exactly. There's just too much. There's just too much to deny it at this point. Nobody has hard launched. However, for those who are looking, I think it's a confirmation. And I want it to be. I would be sad. But I love friendship, but I still would be sad. I've spent too much of my life watching those edits.
They're having fun.
They are.
No matter what they're doing.
I think they are. Also, this much. Paige moved to Dallas, and AZ was spotted in Dallas with Paige many times. And it's like, okay, you couldn't go like a week without being together?
If James went to Dallas, I would go right away.
And wear a necklace
you
with
on the
James's
other hand.
number. Anyway, that's an update. Sports news. The sports news everyone cares about.
The real SPN. Okay?
SPN. It's true. Anyway, we'll still see if a hard launch happens. With Tobin Heath and Kristen Press, we had to wait 8 years, so take your time,
I'll wait as
girlies.
long as they need.
I hope they only make us wait 1 more year when they're both in the WNBA. Okay, next.
Okay, next up.
Books. So, books. I did finish The God of the Woods. I finished it like 2 days ago. My take on it, which I know everyone loved this book, and I did like it. It felt like I said, Maya had explained it like this in the past episode. It's like watching a movie or reading like a limited series, an HBO. It's very much like HBO limited series, detectives and mystery. So very readable, very entertaining. I do think maybe I was just expecting a little bit more, and I think mainly just the title, like The God of the Wood.
And the
I
pink
was like,
drip drip?
Yeah. I don't know. So that's that. And next on my list is I Who Have Never Known Men.
I want to read that when you're done with it.
Okay. The cover just is so beautiful, and this came highly recommended also from Maya, so
Yeah.
I will be starting that next.
I keep seeing people talk about that on TikTok, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, it's an old book, so
Yeah.
very fun. That one is, I did show the cover, but it's by Jacqueline Harpman. I who have never known
Yeah,
yet.
that cover is beautiful. I want to read it
Okay.
when you're done. I have no books to report on. I did finish Demon Copperhead, which is the like Appalachian retelling by Barbara Kingsolver of David Copperfield, actually. And it was good. I enjoyed it. I was doing a lot of driving, so we finished it on the way to Marquette. I will say that my partner has not been listening to it with me, but I played it. I did the audiobook, and I played the audiobook while I was driving, like at the end of the trip, and by the end, like they were so invested. They're like, wait, so what's happening?
Okay.
Really good audiobook. If you're looking for an audiobook, it's good. Yeah.
Nice.
I liked it.
That's books.
That's books. We have a little bit of game news. We don't have video game news, but I wanted to report that I've been getting into cribbage. This is a popular game, or was a popular game in Wisconsin growing up, as is the game you want to talk about, right?
I don't know what was popular in Wisconsin.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was confirming that you wanted to talk about it. So.
Yes.
But I'm getting it back into cribbage, or I'm getting into cribbage, and it's a fun game. I love card games, so... Any other cribbage heads in the audience?
Hey,
my
chat,
partner got me a
cribbage
cribbage board.
Any cribbage heads in the audience? Speak up.
It's fun, okay? And I love it.
I want to play it too because I've only ever seen the boards and wondered what they were about. But
I like to call it cribbits.
Cribbits.
Exactly.
At the ocean, I learned how to play pinochle. Hey, chat. Without Googling, how do you spell pinochle? Because I need to say something. I told Jessie that I wanted to talk about it in person.
Hold on. We were both on our computers because we have a little joint Google Doc that we use for when we're planning, so we can see what the other person's typing.
But we were also together.
We were together,
and I was like, oh yeah, I learned how to play pinochle. And she's like, oh my gosh, I want to play pinochle.
Let me add it to the list.
And she adds it to the list with perfect spelling. And I was like, how did you know how to spell pinochle? And also,
of course,
Lindy West, of course, knows how to spell pinochle correctly.
And Maura O'Sullivan.
Oh, okay, you guys. Everybody is so smart, juicy-brained. Everybody's so smart knowing how to spell pinochle and didn't spell it like I did. P-E-N-U-C-K-L-E or something. That's probably what I thought it was. Anyway,
thank you.
It was very fun.
Thanks for being impressed with my spelling of pinochle.
I'm always
I never knew
impressed.
that I wanted the fact that I knew how to spell pinochle already affirmed.
Pinochle.
Until you said it, and then I was like, wow, I've been waiting for that compliment my whole life.
Yeah, Vanessa, that's how I probably would have spelled it as well. I did know, because my grandma used to play a lot of pinochle, I did know there was some strange spelling it's not as straightforward as I would have thought. But it's very fun. The only thing that is hard, besides remembering everything you need to remember, is that you need the cards to be a specific deck. Like, there's only so many cards that you play with. So that is a little bit tricky because you have to kind of take out a bunch of cards, and that is what it is. But I learned how to play pinochle. It was very fun, and my partner and I on it, who was Eve, were very good, and we beat Caden and his dad every round.
Sorry, I'm placing my dinner order.
What are you getting? Share with the class.
4 al pastor tacos, only onion and cilantro from Allende. My favorite al pastor tacos. Near me, at least. And also going to Vaca, so maybe I will get some ice cream.
Nice.
Thanks for indulging me and letting me be on my phone.
Yes.
I need to get myself fed. Okay, I have something I want to talk about, which I wanted to talk about in the very first episode, but I kept forgetting, which is my birthday gifts from my friends, Park and James.
Back from February.
Speaking of games. If there's one thing I love in this life, it's a little luxury. Okay? And let me again show you my innards. What did you think was in here? I bet you didn't think it was cards. But Park got me this gorgeous leather card case that you can snap it onto your keys, which is too much for me. But
too
you
heavy.
can also put a strap through here if you want to wear it
on your wrist.
On your wrist.
Jessie loves playing cards, plays everywhere she goes, so I knew...
If you are sitting at a table across from me, I'm looking in your eyes and I'm hoping that you want to play cards, okay?
Your subtext is, do you want to play cards?
Do you want to play cards? I'm like a dog who wants to like go for a walk, but I'm like, do you want to play cards? Do you want to play cards?
So I knew she needed a little leather card carrying
What can I
case.
say? I need to be intellectually stimulated.
Yes.
Sometimes conversation doesn't do it.
No, she needs to have some competition.
What I
in
need
a
is a
card
little game. I'm not even competitive. I don't really
No.
care about winning or like to win. I just like the fun of playing a game.
Yeah.
I love a game. I love sitting down to play a game. It's intimate. It's sweet. It's a good bonding experience. So I got that. And then I want to show you my gift from James. James, who is going to be very soon releasing his own jewelry line. He is a metalsmith. Made me this gorgeous opal ring that I picked the stone when we went to the a gem show in Schaumburg. Here, can we get? Is it focusing? I can't tell.
It is.
Okay. In December, and I chose the opal, and James made this for me. Can you believe it? The level of talent. It has like an open bezel in the back so you can see through to my skin color.
So pretty. Let me
And
show
I
mine
have
as
it
well
here.
because I also received a James and Watts opal ring.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
So we have matching rings of power. Can I see the card?
Oh.
I need to tell you, I need to tell you what the stats on this ring
yes.
are. Well, first of all, look at James's birthday card for me. This is a depiction of an experience I had at a casino after a powwow one time where this white lady came up to me screaming. She screamed. She like saw my boobs and her eyes like popped out of her head. She was harassing two other women in the bathroom, and then she saw me and she like chased me out the bathroom. She said, "Auga, check out those honkers," and she said that to my partner as she exited the bathroom. Honestly, it was funny, but also so weird.
Horrifying.
It's horrifying and so weird, but anyway, that's
is funny.
what James thought it looked like.
Auga!
I need to tell you what these rings, what power. this
Only
ring
your
gives me.
ring. Mine
My
has different
stats,
powers.
the stats of my ring are plus 69 by men magnetism. I'm just going to leave that there.
That is what it is.
It is what it is. Plus 42 lactation, naturally. Plus 1 bra size, only 1.
That was kind.
And resistance to crabs.
Very nice. Powerful ring. Can you show my birthday card?
Oh, and then
It's very
there's the birthday
fitting.
card, the KKCC themed birthday
If we
card.
had kept the boobies, which we didn't. We needed to be just a little bit more modest.
We wanted to be Modest's
We wanted
hottest.
to appeal to more people.
We didn't want to be demonetized, which speaking of, how's everybody enjoying the ads? Are you watching them? Are you liking
Someone
them? Is
said
it
that they
fun?
got a Lovecrafts ad, so they are
Oh.
kind of getting the knitting demographic. But
Okay.
anyway.
Well, every ad that you watch makes us 1 cent, so we appreciate
So
it.
thank you. Thank you.
No, I love being monetized.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun.
Okay, we are kind of in our wind down, also known as like weave in our loose ends. So now is the time in the chat. If there's anything we missed for this show, type it out. We also need to post for a thumbnail.
We do, but I have something to say first.
Okay.
Which is that I don't know if you've noticed through the course of this episode, we did have like a little bit of a structural change. And I want to give Caden McGreevy his flowers because he gave us some directorial notes about ways that we could like improve what we were already doing. And
if
one
you
of them,
hated this
if you
episode-
hated it, it was Caden's fault.
Caden's fault.
If you loved it and felt like it was more like tighter, like we were a little bit more, I don't know, less chaotic and more focused, or just, I don't know. We tried to, Caden suggested we condense things and organize things in a way where we're doing everything, like all the knit stuff at once and all the everything
Felt
at
better
once.
in my brain, at
Yeah,
least.
it feels better to me actually, though. It feels like we're moving less from section to section in a really obvious inorganic way and doing everything in the order that it kind of should be, still with structure, but a little bit less chaotic than the structure was before.
Yeah, and we just want to keep I think that's the main part too, is we just want to keep figuring out how best to do the show and what's feeling the best for us and what's feeling the best for you guys. So we're just going to keep
We want you to
figuring
have
it
a
out.
better time, right? So that's why at the beginning we sort of said what we were going to be talking about and laid out the plan. And also we're trying to have fewer false endings. That was a big note, is that
True.
there were too many times where it felt like we were about to wind down. But this is our true wind
This
down.
is our true one.
And thank you, Caden. A
this,
wonderful...
I just felt like doing that, okay?
Okay.
You can tell we're winding down because I'm starting to get delirious.
She's getting the zoomies. But yeah, so we're trying to make things better for you and for us.
Even though we're getting good feedback and we think you guys are liking it.
Yeah. We hope you're liking it, and we are getting so much nice affirmation.
Yeah, thank you guys.
But we want to make it really good for you.
It's a living show, so that means it's going to change as things need to change, and we can keep figuring out how it's going to be best.
Yeah, we want to do a good job. So, and we want it to be fun. So, should we pose for our thumbnail?
Yeah, let's
Okay,
just
let me make
try.
sure my boobies aren't too.
Yeah, let's make sure our look at my holes is looking good.
Make sure my hair looks good.
Hey,
I
chat,
didn't need ear
Tell
patrol.
us if we're looking beautiful.
No ear patrol for this episode because my hair doesn't require it, but
Should I do hair behind like this?
I like it. Should we do?
Oh, I got a note from our person who's making our thumbnails just to know that peace signs are very hard to do.
Oh, okay. Well then, kissy.
Oh, and we should be a little apart so that it can go right and above us.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, we were told Gorgina. Okay, that's good.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Danielle. First time watcher.
Oh, first time watcher.
And it's been lovely.
And
I'm so
first time
glad.
lovely. Good.
Well, I hope you don't hate the previous shows then, because it's different.
True, but not really. It's basically the same.
It
Okay,
is.
if that is everything the chat would like. Oh, the hotline number
It's coming.
is coming. Don't worry.
Don't worry, Natalie. It's coming.
Anything else? Let's give everybody.
Let's give all of you your flowers for being...
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe that so many people sit here through the whole thing and chat, and
Oh, yeah. This is our gratitudes and goodbyes.
this is our gratitudes and goodbyes.
First, thank you to everyone.
The first people we're grateful to in regards to the show is obviously our audience. We love you. Thank you for watching us and caring what we have to say.
You're so nice.
And for liking us and for being nice to us. Yeah.
Yes, and we really couldn't do it without viewers like you.
It's so true, babe. We love you.
Oh, yes. Our next Knat Chit Chat is June 4th at 6:30 p.m.
It's a Wednesday again.
Also, let us know how the time is working for everybody. So far, it's working well, I think.
Yeah.
You can call us.
There
on the
have been
hotline.
talks about possibly starting at 6, but I think that with you getting here later, it feels good for me
And
right now.
I think also with all the time zones, I'm like, 6 is already like 4 o'clock
yeah.
on the West Coast.
It's kind of early for the West Coasters.
kind of tricky.
Yeah.
So anyway, the next show will definitely be June 4th at 6:30 p.m. We hope to see you there.
The next sit-sat will be far away in the fall,
Yeah,
probably,
probably in the fall.
but yeah.
Make sure in the meantime to call the Chit Chat hotline.
872-204-6976, and it will be repeated in our closing credits.
That was so fast. Good job.
Thanks, babe.
Okay, we love you all so much.
Thank you for coming. We
Let me
hope you
make
liked
sure
it.
that I have my control panel set up here because, wow, I kind of forget sometimes I have one final job.
Let me shout out Park, my favorite thing that Park said in the last episode that I missed, which is like, I like it. I feel like an astronaut. So no, I am always thinking that when you're at
I
your
do
control
feel
panel.
like an astronaut with all of my technology and control panel
Do astronauts
stuff.
have like a title? Like,
Astronaut. Astronaut
I
Park?
don't know. I guess I wanted to call you like Space Dr.
Let's
Park.
ask
but-
Katy. Let's ask Katy Perry if she became
Let's
an astronaut.
not.
Just kidding, you guys. Okay, ready? Goodbye.
Bye, we love you.
Wait, I do this. Oh yeah.
This episode was made possible by our sponsor, Cocoknits, thoughtfully designed knit patterns and craft tools so you can delight in the making, and the support of viewers like you.
Artwork by Caden McGreevy. Music by Dan Poppin.
Call us on the Chit Chat hotline at 872-204-6976.
Again, that is 872-204-6976.
This is Jessie May.
This is Park.
We knitted.
We natted.
We chitted.
We chatted.
See you next time.
Goodbye.